Oh, hi you guys, and welcome to another game. Another game, another day, another game. Lots of games. All of them games. So, we find ourselves with a group of new adventurers. A group of new adventurers today going through a level 3 one-shot called Vigilante Surprise. So, first of all, if you guys are here, these are the links you need. These are our social links. This is where you can find us on the interwebs. Now, our Discord group, I'm very proud of it. Our Discord is full of lovely people who will help you learn to play D&D if you want to learn to play D&D, help you discuss D&D if you want to just talk about D&D, and also go through all sorts of character creation, rules, queries, everything. They're great. Also, there's some artworks channels on there where we share and compare art, and it's great. Absolutely fantastic. If you want to get in a game, Twitter's the place you need to be. D&D has a massive showing on Twitter, and it's great. If you want to get in a game, here's the diary. Just send me a tweet, send me a DM, I'll get you in a game. No problem. No problem at all. Next up, we have our Patreon. We have new rewards on the Patreon. Today, patrons, any patron from $1, any patron from $1 upwards, can watch Kiena twist my tortured soul as Turnuk for the Barovian one-shot wonders. It's really cool. It's really cool. We go to a happier time before Barovia, and of course Kiana 100% uses that to torture me entirely, which is both beautiful and horrible. In only the way that these things can. We also have, on Patreon as well, we're doing a new thing for $25 subs. We'll get a black t-shirt with a brand new exclusive gold crest on the front. This is only for $25 Patreons, and for $50 we're doing the hoodie, a full hoodie, black hoodie with a gold crest on it. Very cool. We're also doing some merch giveaways at the minute. If you would like to get yourself, I actually have them with me now, with the help of a glamorous assistant. I might get the glamorous assistant to walk on by in a second. But sketchpads, Academy sketchpads, check that out. Academy sketchpad, and an Academy notebook right there. You can put your plot ideas and all the rest of it. Also, there is a t-shirt. Glamorous assistant, Alice. Pass me, yeah, go on, walk across with the t-shirt. Okay, or just chuck it to me, that's fine. Academy t-shirt. And you can see me, you'll see me sporting one of those on Thursday. You can see me sporting one of those on Thursday at the Maze Arcana tour in London. I can't remember exactly where or when right now, but hey, it's a cool thing. So, yeah. Let's see, this music's far too happy, isn't it? We'll turn that down. We'll turn that down just a little bit. And then we'll go and get the guys. Oh, hi, you guys. You are live.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi, indeed. So, you guys, you've been invited to a pub where a watchman has hired you to help him out. You don't really know many of the details, but he said it was of utmost urgency. So as we go round, I'd like you to introduce yourselves, introduce your character, and how they would have got there, why they're there, maybe your interactions as well. I can't remember if you guys said you all knew each other or not, so you can remind me as we go. So we shall start with Liquid Fire. Welcome to the stream.
Well, thank you. Okay, so I'm Liquid Fire. You can find me at Liquid Fire pretty much anywhere on social media. I am playing a high elf cleric today. It's two things I've never really played before or cared to play before, so trying new stuff.
Okay, cool. And how did you get to the bar? Are you usually hired for mercenary work?
I'm kind of adventuring on my own. My fancy noble parents don't really like that I fit in with the family too much, and so they're more than happy to finance my travels abroad.
Okay.
As long as I'm not bringing down the house.
Fantastic. As long as you're not disgracing the name, everything's good. I get it. Next up, then, Kelly Lane. Welcome back.
Hello. I'm Kelly. I'm a Kelly Lane on Twitter. I don't only tweet D&D, but I have been tweeting a lot of D&D lately. So if you're interested, you can follow me. And today I'm playing Griselda. She's a barbarian gnome, and I'm doing a voice for the first time.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
So I'm a middle child. I have a really big family. But my siblings don't really understand that I get so much joy out of breaking femurs. So I decided to go off on my own and join a mercenary group, so I could get that joy. My mom and dad really wanted me to pick up something more gnome appropriate. So occasionally I make jewelry on the side, but really it's all about the breaking femurs. And that's who I'm playing today.
Fantastic. Oh, this is going to be fun. Okay, next up we welcome back Renee. Renee.
Hey, I'm going to be playing Aceron. She's a Fire Genasi bard. Definitely, she is not the most observant person in the world, and despite that, she has chosen to pursue investigation as one of her real passions in life. So while she's not great at noticing things, when she looks a little bit more closely, sometimes she can pick up on things. So I think we kind of said that we have known each other in that we have either seen each other work together before, but maybe we don't know each other very personally. And so she's also just very excited to kind of hang with some new people and see what today has in store.
Fantastic news. So next we welcome Gilroy Almighty to the channel. Hello. You are muted, sir.
Hello, g'day everyone. How's it going? I pressed the right button this time. Look, I'm Gilroy the Almighty. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch. I have a stream every week as well. I'm still fairly new to all this, so bear with me. I'm playing Conan, not Conan, Conan. He's a half-orc paladin. He doesn't mind a drink, and he's out seeking the good adventures of life to see where he can help people. And we'll see where this goes.
Okay, fantastic. And last but most certainly not least, we welcome Architect Origins, who is well known in the chat. Hello, sir.
Yes, my character is a Dragonborn barbarian. He's not the smartest barbarian, but he grew up as a Dragonborn. He was really lazy and he got exiled for that and lost his name, and he seeks to regain his name. And he doesn't really do mercenary work for the money. He just does it for the good of, helping people, so that he could maybe someday regain his name or gain a new name for himself.
Okay, cool. So when you guys get to this pub, you've been invited to the Swash and Buckle, which is a small pub with big aspirations in this small village near the forest. It's very near the border between two major states in Faerun, but not very well-known states, so I can have a lot of the artistic license. But not very well-known states as they're way out of the way. So how would you guys arrive at the pub? Would you all arrive together in dribs and drabs?
I just want to get drunk. It's a
Think
new
we probably-
experience as a hermit.
I think we probably all trickle in.
Okay. So some of you already at the bar, some of you trickling in.
Yeah,
I would
think-
probably already be there because
pretty
I get up
early.
Okay. So then, there is a you mistake him for a farmer at first. He's like chewing a bit of straw, and he's got like almost a straw hat on, but there's a badge pinned to the front of the hat, which is a little star, and on his breeches there's a little star as well. And he sort of walks over to you guys. You guys the mercenaries?
Yeah, that's us.
Well, okay. Well, there's not much time for drinking. We got jobs to do. There's been the jail got broken out of last night. Well, the night before, actually. I called as quick as I could.
That is an absolute shame, but there is always time for drinking.
Well, I mean, they're getting away.
Right.
My character already suspects this dude because he changed up the story already.
Do you vocalize that at all? Do you?
No, I wanna just silently perceive this and see if he's actually, can I roll something for that to see if
Yeah,
he's...
sure. Give me an insight roll.
All right, let's see.
Conan's like sculling the next drink and then going for another one.
Yeah, I'm definitely chugging. Now that he said there's no time for drinking, I'm gonna finish my drink pretty fast.
So on a 21, he seems pretty genuine. He is genuinely after prisoners, and yeah, he slipped up on the name, but he's an NPC with a quest.
All right.
And
I
how
guess
did they
I'll
manage
help.
to break out of this?
Well, it seems like they had help. The whole side of the jail was pulled down.
Oh goodness, that sounds like something big.
Was it pulled down or was it exploded?
Well, I mean, you're welcome to take a look.
That sounds fun.
Okay, one more round, everyone.
Yes.
He's okay.
I chugged this really, really strong alcoholic beverage, and I'm gonna have to suggest a Constitution saving throw if I have to not vomit.
Sure. Everyone drinking to get drunk. Give me a con save.
I think I just
Alright.
vomited.
Drinking.
I
Conan
mean,
knows his limits.
yeah. I mean, I know. I'd say only your character knows your limits. So on a 14, what happens?
I think I vomited because it's really strong.
Okay. So how did the rest of you react to this? Like,
Oh.
Vara has
Something there.
a horrible face and just kind of scoots away.
Yeah, I'm just not about that life. I look at whoever is tending the bar and say, good luck, and then I head out. I'm gone. Outside, I mean, fresh air.
Vara tells the monk.
yeah, the bartender.
Bard.
The barkeep
Bard,
looks
yeah.
very, like, forlorn. They're just gonna go get the mop and bucket, like.
I'm gonna put an extra gold piece on the table just to, pay for that problem there, and I'm gonna just walk out silently.
We get
I
outside.
think you need to leave one more gold piece.
Yeah, we should probably ask him where the jail is.
Let's follow him to the jail, yeah?
Yeah. that would be
Oh
a good
yeah,
idea.
I'm not sticking around here after that. No way.
Yeah. Some people just can't hold their alcohol.
Huh.
Well, to be fair, it had literal liquid fire in it, so it's weird because I'm a fire dragon, so I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, well, onward ho.
Well, it's just right this way.
Let's
Lead the
go.
Ordinary NPC friend.
And he takes you around to this small building. And from around the side, you can see there is a the whole back wall is on the floor. Looking in the jail, you can see it's not the cleanest of jails. It's not the dirtiest of jails. It's, as jails go, it's pretty standard. There's straw in there at least, and there's bars. The back wall has been pulled down, and let's have some survival rolls to see if you can determine how it came off. Or Arcana if you prefer.
Wow, all this gold
Yeah,
is
we're
for
gonna
me?
do Arcana.
Thank you, you guys.
5.
5. Fantastic.
5.
Was that
would've
Arcana or
looked-
survival?
That was survival.
Survival, okay.
Can I look to see if there's any food around? like prison food, like cheese and a bread?
I mean, you can do if you like. Yeah, sure. We'll include that in your roll if you like. 19's pretty good. So, on a 5, Vara, you see that the wall is in fact pulled down, but it's by some unknown mystical force. You have no idea how this has happened.
Guys, this is amazing. Look at this wall.
Conan, Griselda, and Architect, you can see that there are 2 large chain grappling hooks attached to the wall, and it's been like unsaddled from like oxen. It's like it's been pulled down with like something big and heavy, like a cart hookup, you know, like it's been
Someone
hooked.
brought in a pickup truck and just like hooked up the wall and drove away.
Medieval equivalent, yes.
I
Right.
don't know. I think the wall may have just fell down. I mean, look at
And,
it.
and Rene, there was no magic used.
Okay.
And Tech, you can look around the prison cell, and unfortunately there isn't anything in the way of food. There is a bucket, but just sniffing it nearly makes you want to throw up again. Could you give me another con save? Yeah, you managed to hold it down this time, I think. And as we go there, Lightfingery, thank you very much for the donation of 2 nat 20s to be handed out at random. So I'm going to roll the d6. On a 1 to 5, it'll be one of you guys going in camera order. On a 6, it'll be for me.
Oh,
So that is me and Kelly, both getting nat 20s.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so the way the way that the wall has been pulled away, are there just a number of cells that have been opened up completely?
Oh, yeah, I mean, this is only a small cell. This is only a small, like, jail building. It'll probably only really be able to hold about 2 cartloads of people.
Okay.
And, like, the whole back wall's just been pulled down.
Okay, so it's not one cell. It's this whole giant wall. Great.
So it's like a pen.
Yeah, very much like a holding pen. Yeah.
see, I
Yeah.
think somebody has been recruiting dangerous people.
I'm sorry, sir. Did we get your name?
I'm Tech.
No, not you. The
Oh.
NPC.
Oh, me? I'm just Joe.
Joe.
I don't think we got his name.
No,
I like your cat, Joe.
just Joe.
Just Joe.
Just Joe.
Just
Got it,
Joe.
got it.
How many people were in here?
There was quite a few of them. I didn't really keep much of a count. There was Billy, Bob, Teddy Bob, Fred, Ned.
Can I,
Hey,
can I
just
roll an
go-
inside check to see if that's just all fake names that these prisoners gave him whenever they were caught?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
So let me just check there. It was Billy, Bob, Ted, Fred, Ned. Ned?
No, not Med. Stuart. Stuart was in there too.
Stuart and Little as well?
No, not Little. Not Little. Little's in the bar. He was with you.
Ah.
And you was drinking with me. Oh no.
Okay,
Neds
and you-
get very confusing. We just call them Ned 1 and Ned 2.
Okay, now who's on first?
Now, just Joe, what were these prisoners in for?
Thievery mostly. Thievery and going where they aren't supposed to go.
Well, those are awfully harsh offenses.
Mm-hmm.
And you have no idea who might be doing this or want to break them out. Is there a guild?
I mean, I know there's a lot of angry folks about our laws down here, but I mean, you know, theft's theft.
Just Joe. Griselda kind of taps him on the side. So are we supposed to be getting all the people that just broke out, or the people that broke them out?
Well, if you could manage it, both would be just great.
Okay.
Are they
and-
all? Are they all together? do we gotta hunt them each down?
And he's like looking at the floor, like looking at tracks and things, going, well, I don't know. I can see some hoof prints, but I don't know if they split up or not.
Are you the leader, or did you have somebody watching when this happened? Guards?
Well, yeah, I run the watch. There's me, and,
Oh,
and there's old Bill.
old Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Were you on watch when this wall fell down?
Well, no. Well, technically, no one was really on watch when the wall fell down. I was back home with my wife and kids, and old Bill, he was sleeping well, he was sleeping right there on the porch in front of the jail.
Quick question.
Man.
Is it okay if we bring them back dead?
Well, that is
fair
one
question.
dark question, but I mean, guess it would save us all some taxes.
Everybody likes to save money. Speaking of which,
Speaking
are
of
we
money.
getting anything for this?
Yeah.
And on your insight roll, Architect, everything that he's telling you, you think he thinks is the truth. That's the impression you get.
Alright.
I feel there should be a price per head we're to bring back, including this mystery we're to solve about who may have wanted them out of jail in the first place.
Oh yeah, well I know that the government wants to give us lots of money to get them back. So I mean, I can maybe give you 20 gold a head. These are valuable prisoners, or so I'm told.
You sound awfully smart in that area. I'm glad we have you here to give us this information.
Thanks, Just Joe.
You're the best, Just Joe.
Can you make it 40 gold?
Ooh.
Make me a persuasion check.
That's very unlike my character, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Where's persuasion? Alright, there we go.
On a 20, I'll tell you what. You go and see if you can find them, and I'll promise you 20 gold, and I'll make some calls and see if I can sweeten the deal. How's that sound?
Alright.
You make those calls.
I'll try and get maybe a side pot that you guys can get or something.
And a nice pair of fine boots would be awesome.
I would really like an enchanted weapon. That's all I want. That's why I want the gold.
Well, heck, I don't got no enchanted weapons. I mean, you can take my boots if you want. He holds up like a flapping toad, like brown leather, like.
Just one boot.
Yeah.
You can keep
I'll take that. Is it edible?
I mean, I guess if you boiled it for a long, long time, but I've been wearing this thing for years. It's gonna taste a feat.
Oh. I don't think I want to eat it then.
Eat soup.
So where is your friend that was sleeping out on the porch? Is he around to...
old Bill.
Well, he's right
Oh,
there
Bill.
sleeping on the porch.
He's still asleep?
Still sleeping.
I think he might be dead. Let me go check and see if he's dead.
Yes, go check him.
So
I'll
as
give him a heart.
there's
I'll walk over there and slap him a couple of times.
so on the porch is a really old man with a shotgun, not a shotgun, with a shot wand across his lap. He's like got a long pointed nose with like a wart on the end, and just this hat drawn down over his eyes. Another straw one with a star on it.
Oh, he's snoring. I shouldn't be slapping him then.
I've got this covered, guys. Do I see a bucket of water close by?
There's only one bucket close by that Tech is very familiar with. But
Let's
ain't
let's
full of
throw that
water.
on. Let's throw that on him.
Oh,
No, it's okay. It's
That's-
okay. Hold on.
pretty awful.
I walk
Oh,
up.
wait.
Conan walks up. He opens his flask and puts it in front of his nose.
Hey, Shay, is it time for drinking already? We finished taking watch?
You're
Oh,
asleep,
sorry,
sir.
The bar's closed.
Oh. Well, how can
Do you
I?
know what time of day this might be? Is this like...
It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
Old Bob, was it Billy Bob? Bob Thornton?
Yeah.
What was your name?
I'm old Bill.
Bill.
Old Bill. Did you notice that you're missing half of your building?
Well, I mean, Joe was saying something about that just yesterday.
Yesterday.
But yeah,
Things happen.
he was saying about calling some fancy city-going mercenaries, and I said, well, heck, just leave them. Who cares?
Well, we're pretty fancy.
Oh, is that you? I didn't mean no offense.
It's all good. It's all good. Now we're going to be looking for these people. Now, do you know where we should be looking?
Back of the jail. Definitely start there.
Conan's going to tag out.
Heck, Jack, I could have told him. Anyone could have started there. Come on.
We did start there, didn't we?
So I think at this point, Griselda's kind of like, ha! And she goes back to the back and is looking around at these tracks, try and see if she can figure out what direction they might have gone, how many people there might have been, because she's not sure if either of these guys actually kept track of who was there.
Okay, so if you guys want to check out the tracks and things, you can give me any role that you think is relevant. So, for example, survival. Tracking is definitely part of survival. Perception for looking. Investigation for trying to deduce things.
I have a 12 for perception.
Okay. Ooh. Okay, so on a 12 perception and a 12 for investigation, you guys can see that there are many tracks, and mostly only the cart tracks seem to keep going that way. Architect, you'll also be able to tell the same. You'll be able to tell that they unhitched the. They only dragged the wall for about a meter before unhitching it. And on a 23, Griselda, you will spot that actually there were two carts, but they tried to stay on top of each other's tracks.
That because she was so low to the ground that she could see the tracks.
She's like all the way down, kind of like on all fours, looking around. And she goes, "Guys, I think there were two carts here. I bet they all just hopped in one of them and just kept going. So if these guys aren't helpful, maybe we should just go that way."
I'm all for going that way. I don't know that we're gonna get a ton more out of these jail keeps.
I'm already wandering ahead.
Okay, here we go.
Have to agree.
I'll bring up the rear.
Obliviously, might I add. I'm wandering obliviously ahead. I'm paying no attention to anything else. I'm just following these tracks. So my passive perception is gone.
Okay. So you guys are wandering down the tracks.
Yeah, I do want to keep an. Oh, the music changed. I do want to keep my eyes open for anything that may kind of stand out. Either something that looks like a prisoner may have dropped it. I'm not really sure what they would have had, but anything out of the ordinary that's not the tracks we're following. Oh, the music really changed.
What kind of terrain are we in?
Forest. Mostly. Forest tracks.
Dense, thick?
Yeah, it's quite dense. Quite dense forest. Not swamp-like, but definitely dark.
Okay.
Not frequently traveled.
No.
Is this an actual road?
Can I smell to see if this is a good forest or a bad forest?
I mean,
You know, the scent of, happy leaves or the scent of blood.
Are you
I mean,
a
I don't
good
see why you
forest
couldn't.
or a bad forest?
Tell us what your give us a roll. Tell us what your barbarian nose smells.
Let's see. Oh, that's a nat 20.
On a nat 20, you can smell the musk of old trees, the pungent sap of fresh trees. You can smell birds that have moved through the air close by. This is a very vibrant forest. This is very much a forest that is both dying and living and regrowing and cycling, and very much representative of life. Very much like the picture on stream. It's very bright, and though it's dense, it's quite uplifting.
I love the smell of these beautiful forests.
Probably cleans out that smell of vomit.
Yeah, and the smell of whatever was in that bucket.
I think we all know what was in that bucket. So the road that we're on, is it kind of a road less traveled, or does it look like people come through this forest often?
This one in particular looks like a road less traveled. It's not one of the roads that you would have used to come in by. It's not one of the main highways, but it did used to be. It looks like the sort of road that could have led to a quarry maybe a decade back or something, but it's just fell into disrepair.
Okay. But the carts seem to have traveled well enough on it. We're still following their tracks.
Yeah, it's more like an old cobbled road, I suppose, going through the forest. There's been like all the cobbles are now in disarray, and like
Okay. Onward.
Onward.
Yeah. So Griselda's kind of marching along, and is looking, I guess, on the side of the road if there's like broken branches, like, or keeps an eye out for footsteps to see if anybody got out of the cart, or if we're just still following this cart that we're assuming has everybody in it.
Why don't you give me a survival check as you walk? Okay. On a dirty 20, you can see at some point the cart, at least one of the carts must have stopped. Because you can point out some tracks that lead into the forest where someone has relieved themselves and then got back onto the cart.
It's the pit stop if you guys need it.
I'm gonna remark that territory.
If you didn't use the bucket and you regret it, you can stop now.
Tech, have you been here before? I can smell you.
Can we tell anything about the like race of this? Like, are they like humanoid footsteps? Are they?
Why don't you give me some investigation rolls?
How long have we traveled so far?
Oh, this would be about an hour before you spot this. Definitely, you'd walk for about an hour. So on a 19, these footprints are smaller than a regular human, or at least one set is. Another set is regular human sized, or maybe dwarven. They've relieved themselves, and you can see where the old staining before Tech gets in to also relieve himself. It's sort of like it stains quite a way down the trees. It could be gnomes or halflings you're following potentially.
So Kanan, from his history of and tactics of working with the military, has gone up to the remnants and with his finger and gone to see how fresh it is.
Zelda shudders.
Yeah, Ace is feeling a little squeamish with everything going on today.
Okay, well, with a double nat 20, you can tell that this occurred around. Let's see, this occurred the night before last.
Okay, guys. So yeah, it happened last night, 2 nights ago.
2 nights ago. Wow.
You're good.
We really did have time for more drinks. We're on an old trail.
Well,
Yeah,
we should.
I have that really good tact with survival. I know what to look for, and I know what things taste like because I've drunk so much.
I admire your commitment to investigation.
You drunk so much?
I take a sip of my flask to wash it down.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, that sounds okay.
Shall we move on?
So Just Joe did say that he was late in getting the quest to us, correct?
That's
Yeah.
correct.
Did we ever know how long?
Bill said that it happened. He was told from Just Joe yesterday that they were missing. So it sounds like it could have been 2 days ago.
Cannot
Same
believe
timeline.
yeah, okay. So I'm trying to get, because it could also presumably be the the escape crew, on the way in to the jail.
True.
So that's kind of my curiosity on if that lines up. But if it does line up with the presumed timeline of the escape, then I guess we continue forward.
Well, even if it was the same group coming in and then the second set of tracks for them leaving, they're still that way.
Yeah. We should probably try to hurry so we can catch up.
Yeah.
While
Let's do
everybody's talking, I silently walked off, following the tracks again.
Getting a cart of our own may not have been a bad idea, but we're committed. Let's keep.
I guess it's a little late for that.
It is a bit, yes. Let's
Griselda, do you need a lift? Like, so then we can move a bit quicker?
Not that you're holding up the party or anything. We don't want to imply that.
I can take care of myself, but I mean, if it would be helpful.
Picks her up and puts her in my pack.
Okay.
It's like a baby back. Yeah.
So, Tech, as you've walked
When was
ahead,
the last time you took a bath?
as you've walked ahead, Tech, as you round the corner, you can see in the distance there is 8 oxen and a small cart that have been abandoned at the side of the road.
Oh, I thought I was blindly following the trail. I thought my passive perception was gone.
No, you'd have to have like a DC of 2 fail to not see this.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I mean,
So I guess blindly following just kind of halves my passive perception.
Yeah, if you want. I mean, if you don't see it, you're gonna walk into a cow. So.
Alright, I'm gonna walk into a cow. I'm gonna walk into a cow.
Okay, so you walk into a cow which belongs to this team of 8 that's hooked up to this small cart.
All right, I'm gonna eat this thing.
Okay.
I mean,
Don't do that!
Okay.
We could get a ride!
I'm hungry. I've been hungry since we was in the prison. I'm hungry.
It's only been like an hour.
Tech, here's some jerky.
Yeah.
But this is fresh. It
Oh,
doesn't get much fresher.
We could use them on the way back, though.
Yeah.
Maybe not eat all of them, but
All right, yeah, let's eat just one.
well, I don't want to eat
There's
any
8
of
of them, aren't they?
Yeah.
But they might belong to someone. So maybe we should
Right.
get on to finding these guys. I start walking.
I'm gonna climb up onto the cart and just onward, steed.
Yeah, and they'll pick up pace, maybe moving just about faster than walking speed. I mean, this is oxen, it's not horses. Did any of you want to look at any tracks around this cart before you
Is there anything in the cart? I would like to see that.
Yeah.
Not particularly. It's a very sturdy cart, though. Something that you could probably use to pull things with. Like a modified plow or something.
From in the
Okay.
pocket, Conan feels a tug, and Griselda goes, "This could be the cart we were following. We should probably see if anybody got out and wandered off."
That's not a bad idea either.
That's right. I'll turn around.
I didn't even think about that. I just went off in a random direction, whichever direction the oxen were actually facing in the first place, because I assumed that's all I would need to know.
Okay, so we'll leave Tech heading down the road for a second.
Okay, bye.
Griselda, she tries to call after him. She's like, "Dude, you're
Just let him be.
So
Just
on the
go.
ground, if you'd like to check out the tracks, I would like some more survival, investigation, or perception rolls.
I pick up Griselda and let her out of the pack.
Thank you."
18 for perception.
Ooh. So on an 18 perception and an 18 survival, you guys can see there is just 2 pair of like human-sized feet, like regular adult human-sized feet, that moved from where the cart was laying at rest to where the tracks are for the other cart. They made the trip several times.
So they moved back and forth several times.
I'm gonna look around to see if there's. I'm already halfway down the trail. I doubt I'll find anything, but I'm gonna look around anyway. As I'm still going,
Okay.
I don't see nothing.
You see trees. Lots of trees.
So you said that there was a lot of tracks, like they were getting out of the cart and then
Back and forth.
back and forth from where?
Cart to cart.
Yeah, it looks like it. Where the tracks are for the other cart that's carried on.
Okay, so they like transferred stuff from one cart to another, maybe. But so are there still cart tracks continuing down the road?
Mm-hmm.
And there's
that tech is now just kind of trotting along.
Did I go the right way?
Yeah, he's heading the way the tracks went, fortunately.
Good, cause.
But does it look like
I was
anybody
getting
walked
worried.
away? Like, are there any like footsteps leading away from the path? Like, or did everybody look like they're still going down the road?
It looks like they all got on those tracks. The tracks look deeper from this point on.
Okay, so they
But-
picked up the people, maybe, or
If,
stuff.
on an 18 survival, I'll give it to you that these are not oxen hoof prints.
Moving forward.
They have horseshoes on.
I'm gonna stop the cart because I think I'm lost. With that 7 investigation that I don't see nothing.
I guess we should try to catch up to him. It looks like
Yeah.
we still need to go that way anyway.
There's only one cart here, so
So
Let's keep
from
going.
from our history and that sort
I'm
of
on the
things,
cart.
hoof prints. Would we recognize these of a different type of animal or being?
Yeah, most certainly. If not specifically that they are for a horse, you would recognize that they are for a faster creature.
is everybody sharing the information that they gather from what?
I really
I
hope so.
hope so, because
Okay.
my investigation rolls have not been great today, and
Yeah.
I'm feeling
Okay.
like maybe I drank a little much for the whole like I'm an investigator thing, and I talked a big game, drank a little too much alcohol, and I'm just not really seeing much. So honestly, the help is much appreciated.
Well, if those are from a faster creature, we need to pick up pace.
You're
I guess
muted,
we should
Konar.
get back in the pouch then.
I think we need to catch up to Tech.
Well, those things aren't very fast anyway, but he's right over there. Points up the.
They go any faster.
You just see
if
me
we
in the
rotate
distance.
individually.
You just see me in the distance scratching my head and looking around.
Yeah,
Picks
let's.
up Griselda, puts her in my pack, and off we go.
Yeah, he looks lost. Let's go. Let's go get him.
Okay.
So you guys can catch up to him. He's only going slightly faster than walking speed, so as long as you jog, you're good. You'll catch up to him eventually. But this does highlight the problem of the oxen cart and why it was probably abandoned.
So, if we each individually rode oxen, would they go any faster than if they were hooked up to a cart? Because I'm trying to brainstorm some ideas here, and that might be a shot in the dark, so let me know. But
I'm sure they'd go faster if they knew I was planning to eat them.
yeah.
I have an idea. Why don't we just attach Tech to the cart and make him rage and run, and we'll just sit in the back of the cart.
That's not a bad idea.
Will that work?
The dice will tell the tale.
I mean,
All right. Rage incoming. And let's see, athletics.
So how are you gonna hook this up to Tech before you roll the athletics?
I'm just gonna hold on to these things that were originally attached to the bison.
Okay.
You're just gonna like hold them and run?
Yeah.
okay.
Awesome. Give us an athletics check. Okay, on an 18, pulling all 4 of you, it's not much faster than the oxen,
But much more amusing.
but much more amusing.
But it is faster.
still
than
fast.
walking. It's
And it
faster
keeps
than
him
walking.
with us.
Hey,
Well,
we're
we can
making better progress than we were 10 minutes ago, and that's something. Not a lot, but it's something.
Would we know anything about this area to know how long this forest goes?
That's a
Or
good
like-
question. Who's local?
Like,
I'm not.
I am not.
Yeah.
It might be.
I guess Kanan would be.
I'm kind of a wanderer. I tend to stick around places like this often for a long periods of time, before going to civilization.
Okay. And Kanan? You're muted again, buddy. Nope, still muted.
Yeah, well, that now he's really muted.
Oh, you've over muted.
Doubly muted.
Working now.
There we go.
Yes.
I don't know why it wasn't working. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I've been here before. I've traveled around the area, and I've been in and out of the area before. But I know a little bit about the place.
Okay, so you probably know that the forest does go for a fair way. Maybe it's 2 days travel to cross it. But once you get out to the other side, you're in almost another state altogether. There's another border. If you cross that border, chances are they're not going to be held by the county bylaws anymore.
So we have to kill them instead.
Okay, guys, so we're getting close to this border. We need to catch up to them before they get across it. Otherwise, from my good side of things, we can't actually go after them once they get past the border. But on the other side of things, a nice fine set of boots would be great. So
Let's
see if we can get
run.
them before they-
Aren't you running already?
Well, I'm running with a cart right now, so it's a lot slower than running in general.
Fair.
So let's dismount the cart and walk fast.
Yeah, I also don't want to completely exhaust myself. I'm not like. Yeah, no, I can walk fast. I
Speed
just don't
walk.
run. It's like I can only jog so far. I'm a performer, not an athlete.
I get it. I totally get it.
All right,
Heavy armor.
Roll performance.
I'll do it too. What?
She said performer, not an athlete, so roll performance.
I was not going to perform for you in the middle of the forest when we're on a quest where we clearly have to hurry to catch up. But I mean, if you want me to,
I meant like a jogging performance of how well you jog.
oh, very, very good. Yes.
So, as you guys carry on, are you walking or are you on the cart?
I'm gonna get
Yes,
off the cart and try to, yeah.
Off the cart, walking.
I feel like we'd be able to see things better if we're not on the cart anyway.
Okay, so
Plus, the cart's probably louder.
as you get off the cart and begin this brisk walk, you can in fact see, as it's getting much later in the day now, evening's starting to set in. You've been walking for a fair while. You can see that the cart does indeed dip off to the side of the track for a moment, and it looks like something's gone on here. Something changes in the pattern. So would you guys like to roll me some sort of investigation to see what happened?
That one.
Boom. Okay.
14.
14, 9...
Investigation.
Whoa! 22. So,
Clearly, the booze is wearing off.
yeah, she's coming straight back into it. So, so Ace, you see, Ace and Vara actually, both of you can see that they've stopped here. The mud's all like churned up where it's been sitting for a long time. There's lots of hoof prints in one place. It's almost a slush. So like the horses were sitting here. You can also tell now that there was only 4 horses hooked up. They stopped here. for a long period of time.
Any signs of camp or?
Do you know what? On your 22, as you look nearby for signs of camp, you can see just off into the forest. There's a small clearing where there's been a campfire set up and some remnants of like beds and things.
Okay. Any tracks leading off from that in any other direction than the one we're already following?
There's a couple, but they all seem to return, like more relief checks than anything else.
I'm gonna search for food.
On a 16, you can look around the camp. You can see old, like they've got old ration packs that they've left to one side, like like leather scripts containing like crumbs and things, but nothing substantial.
So this is about dusk. You said it was getting darker.
Yeah, it's starting to get dark now. It would seem they've rested for a long time.
That might give us the chance to catch up.
Yeah. Any clue
Just
if
power
there's a
through.
remnant of the campfire? Can we tell how long it's been since the fire was put out?
Sure, let's have a survival check from someone. Maybe Conan can lick something again.
Yeah, I'm gonna suggest that too, just because.
Conan, this is about a week old.
I thought maybe he
Yeah.
licked the soot and choked on it.
I'm
Yeah.
real great at the wisdom thing.
But Griselda, you can shed some light. They made camp for probably around 8 hours to get a good long rest, and this was only last night.
Oh. Good.
So it looks like they were just here last night, and they rested. So they're probably only like, what? Math is hard. Like 12 hours ahead of us, maybe? Half a day?
8 to 12
If we
hours,
go
probably.
through the night, we can catch them
We can
off
catch
guard
up.
while they're sleeping.
Okay.
I've got dark vision, guys, so I can lead the way if you want.
I will warn you guys, you've been walking for most of the day. If you walk through the night, you do risk a level of exhaustion.
How bad is that? I don't know much about exhaustion.
Exhaustion, the first tier is you get disadvantage on all ability checks.
And
Nap
the
time.
What about-
Could we
Maybe.
do a short rest instead of the full 8 hours
That would help.
and avoid that?
That would definitely help.
We could all take a nap.
I
I'll
will
take the
warn
first
you, if
watch.
I do take a nap, it will be harder to wake me up. So I'm aware of the fact that I'm a heavy sleeper, and I understand whatever extreme measures might be necessary to wake me up.
What about taking turns doing short rests in the cart while we move?
We left the cart behind.
Oh, how far behind did we leave it?
Quite a way. Quite a way.
Oh man.
That's
Alright.
okay, guys. You guys have a sleep, and I'll keep watch for a bit, and then I'll tag in someone else.
And I can keep watching. I can sleep in the pouch tomorrow.
I can help with watch. I only need 4 hours of sleep if we're taking long rest, but short rest. How long is your short rests here?
Depends how rested you guys want to be. 15 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour. Depends on what you want to restore. I mean, you guys are just restoring exhaustion levels, so I suppose you need about half an hour.
Okay, so let's rest for half an hour.
Power nap?
Okay, you guys go to sleep. I'll keep an eye out for everyone.
Yep. Yeah, you keep a wary eye out. After half an hour's rest, you guys will be feeling a little better, but it's one of them groggy sort of like, it's not enough, but it'll do sort of sleeps, you know, like maybe you might have, I don't know what your character's like, maybe you might have a sleepy head or like really heavily sleepy eyes or something. Definitely yawning. So
Okay.
all of you wake up except for Ace, who is out like a light, but since she's not currently here, we'll have to resolve that in a moment.
Conan, gives her a big slap across the face.
Oh, great. Okay, yeah. Well, yep, I did ask for that. Okay, yeah. Okay. We up? We going? We good?
Is that for the slap?
Good.
My God!
Oops.
Oh,
I guess
Yeah,
you'd
you
take
gotta-
a health point there, Ace.
you got a real good backhand there. Oh. Okay.
Are we all gathered? Can we go?
My bad.
Yeah, do any of y'all have, as we kind of walk, I'm concerned that if we continue traveling at this pace, almost a day behind them still, that we run the risk of not catching up. Do any of you have any ideas to travel a bit faster?
Uh,
But I mean, they rested for a really long time, and they just rested yesterday.
we
So
can run.
So assuming they rest again tonight, we
if they
might...
rest again, we'll catch up to them, no problem.
That's fair.
We
Okay.
just might be a little sleepy when we do it.
It's okay. I'm feeling better already, except for, my eye, but it's fine. Keep going.
I mean, I'm gonna like hand her this hand axe and be like, you could have your revenge.
Oh, no. I full on gave everyone permission to. I'm just gonna like touch my black eye for like a while.
Yeah, it's very
Um,
swollen. Your cheeks definitely
Yeah, I'm
swole.
sure. And it's like every time I touch it, I do that ow, but then I do it again anyway. Yeah. So no, I did give everyone permission to wake me up. Wasn't sure how I'd signed up for that to happen, so you can keep your axe. You'll need it for whenever you find some food.
Which you did leave the oxen behind as well, by the way. Like that's not an option anymore. But as you guys are walking, it begins to start raining.
So Griselda's in the pouch, and she keeps kind of like.
Conan flips the pouch lid over the top of Griselda so she can sleep and not get wet.
Well, that's
Thank
nice.
you.
I'm just dancing in the rain. I'm having fun.
Well, you guys will notice though that the tracks are becoming obscured by the rain. As you continue through, the mud begins to pool in places, and it makes it more difficult to read where you're going. However,
Maybe
does anyone have a passive of 14?
Yes.
With a passive of 14, as you're going by, you'll notice something shiny sticking out the side of the road.
I will wander towards it carefully and look at it without grabbing it.
It is a horseshoe.
Is it a magic horseshoe? Could I
Difficult to
throw
say.
it at things?
It definitely looks like a horseshoe that is slightly bent, as though it's been thrown by a horse.
Can I throw it at somebody?
I mean, Tech can come over and take the horseshoe and throw it if you guys will let him.
I'll
I
see
mean,
if
like
there's
as a
something
weapon
grab it
in the
before-
future. I'm gonna go pick it up, and it's my weapon now.
Nope.
It's a throwing weapon now.
I grabbed it. It's
Oh.
my horseshoe.
My
Alright.
pack over my head. I'm a fire person and I don't love rain.
Oh, it's like Charmander.
I am a
Aw.
little bit like Charmander in the rain. The light on my head starts to go out. Oh,
Would anyone like to make me a check regarding the horseshoe? More information.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
it might have been not a horse, right?
Taking back and showing it to everybody.
It was probably something fast.
Okay, a 12. A 6, okay. We are very wisdomous today.
Yeah, I'm preoccupied, so I'm not gonna make one.
Okay.
I got an 8 for
Okay.
investigation.
On a 12, Kanan, you're not sure, but you're sure that you're not sure, but you are sure, but you're not sure that if something throws a horseshoe, it has to be attended to, or the horse can't walk. So
Okay,
there's a
so
chance
guys,
that they've been delayed even further.
They may be injured or walking a bit slower, so we might be able to catch up with them pretty soon. You know, what do you guys want to do?
Run.
Running in muck.
Running in the mud? In the pack? Really
Okay,
bounce-
then can I roll in the mud?
I have a
I'm
theory
glad
that
you
this,
did
As a
this
barbarian,
room,
this is
so
a great pleasure of mine.
this might be a good time for us to actually have a bit of a rest and then keep going from here because we can't see anything in the rain as it is. And
I
our real
heard
charm-
rest.
You know,
She's sizzling over there.
I heard rest. I heard rest and immediately flopped in the middle of the muddiest part of the area that I could find.
We should probably take some cover near a tree or
You're
under a
so
tree
wet.
off the road.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and find some sort of shelter if we're gonna rest. I just don't want to be like sitting in water the whole time.
looks around.
So what are you guys looking for?
Some-
Griselda is looking for. I see. Ah, yes, I see rolls over here
A safe
happening.
place to rest.
Looking for like a heavier tree cover or like a
More
burrow.
shelter than where we're at.
Okay.
Thicker foliage.
And all I've got is like
overhang.
packs and fabrics and stuff, and so those get drenched pretty fast. So I'm just feeling like so bad right now.
On a 23 survival, you can see a spot where there's a tree next to a rock. That if you tip the tree over and hang a canvas on it, it'd be pretty good cover.
I have a blanket, but I'm unconscious. I just flopped and went to sleep.
We could just take his stuff and leave him there and make like a lean-to over here, and then we can at least get our fiery friend out of the rain.
What's the strength save for Kanan? Muted.
Knocking over the tree.
Sorry, guys, I'm switching between my sheet.
Yeah.
Went over to push the tree over.
Do you know what? On a 14, because Griselda was specifically looking, it's quite a dead tree. So your 14 is plenty enough to just tip it over. And it doesn't make so much of like a loud cracking sound as just a pathetic sort of...
Brilliant. And I've actually got a tarp in the back. So Griselda, if you could grab that out of the pack where you're sitting in at the moment, that'd be great.
Oh,
And
lifesavers.
you feel a lot of rustling around, and she eventually like pulls it up and like hands it over to you.
So you guys can make a rudimentary camp where you can sleep out of the rain, Ace.
Try and dry off whatever I can.
And then being worried a little bit about Tech, I go over to Tech. And pull him over to us with his tail.
I just get covered in mud from this action. Dragged all the way through the mud.
Don't try to wake up at all, you just let it happen.
Yeah, I just let it happen.
Brilliant. Yeah, you get caked in mud as Kanan just pulls you off to the side of the road. Are you pulling him all the way into the shelter, or are you just going to leave him slightly outside?
I'm just going to leave his feet out the bottom.
Okay. Okay, nailed it. Nailed it.
By the end of this, everything but my feet will have mud all over it.
So how long are you
Brilliant.
resting for this time?
Griselda, could you keep an eye out this time so then I can actually have a sleep? And brilliant. I think we should do a long rest and take turns.
Vara
Or
will
at
almost indubitably put in that she only needs 4 hours.
Okay, 4 hours is fine. Yeah.
That's enough for me to at least get some.
And we don't have any like spells to get back or anything like that, so
Yeah, that'd be plenty enough rest to get rid of your exhaustion, definitely. Christ, I've been surviving on 4 hours for weeks. That's heaven. So
I'm surviving on 2.
yeah, well, you are tonight. So you decide to take 4 hours rest then.
Okay, I curl up with a rather somewhat damp blanket in the corner. Go to sleep.
since Griselda's taking the first watch, she like stands up and is staring out the crack, like a crack in the tent, like.
You see a lot of rain and a lot of mud, and unfortunately, that is all you see during your sleep. As it's an uneventful night. You guys can get your rest, and well, not in the morning, but I suppose in the twilight when you wake back up, you feel rested enough, I suppose, to carry on?
The rain stopped?
Nope.
Bummer.
Looking at the sky doesn't show any signs of stopping anytime soon.
Oh, real bummer. Okay. Can I ask, can I keep this tarp for a while? And just, like, wrap it around myself?
I can
I was
fire
gonna
breath it to kind of try to dry it off a little bit.
I have fire. Fire is not the problem. The problem is that water puts fire out.
I mean, if you
That's the
add more
problem.
fire, it might help.
I have so much fire. I just don't like being wet. Is that okay? Can I take the tarp? Can I?
Yeah, he hands the top to you.
Yes, okay. I'm now a tarp person.
Yep, big wide hood, I imagine.
I look out through the little hole that I leave for myself to see. That's it.
So, how do you guys proceed?
So I think that we should head in this direction of which way that we saw before the rain started. What does everyone else think?
Yeah. Follow the path. Try to find the cart. Any other
Sounds like a good enough plan to me.
any other tracks? We're
As
bound to
fast
catch up to him sometime.
In this misery.
Brilliant. Onward.
Okay, so you guys carry on.
I'm going to keep an eye out to see if we see anything along the way.
Of course.
Has this been a fairly straight path, or is it curved turn?
It's fairly straight. Like I say, it looks like an old quarry road.
Okay.
So that it was kept fairly straight for access, you know? It's not like going through several villages or anything. It's just a classic sort of, well, we need to get this from here to here. Let's just make a road, you know?
Okay.
I'm looking for food again.
On a 22, you'll see a tree that you know if you pull the bark back, you can find fat white grubs to eat.
Ooh, that sounds good. I'm just gonna munch down on these grubs in front of everybody.
Satisfying.
I lean over to whoever's closest to me, and I'm like, I have rations, but this is better. It's more funny.
I turn around with this grub juice all up in my teeth. Pure protein.
And
Funny is the word.
in the distance, you will just hear, well, come on, get it moving!
I'm gonna immediately dart towards it, because I'm assuming that's the bad guys.
Kanan, you're muted again.
Oh, sorry, that was me saying no really loudly.
I saw it. I just didn't hear it.
Yep.
No, I was just thinking.
It was there.
Well, he's
Everybody
gone.
hears this,
Yeah.
or just him?
No, anyone will hear it.
Okay.
It's just from like down the road a ways, like maybe just round a slight bend in the trees. It's pretty much straight, but you know, like them slight twists you put in to stop roads from being boring.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just
I'd like
before
to.
Tech gets too far away, can I just grab him by the shoulders?
We can have opposed athletics, I suppose.
Done.
Oof.
No.
So like you can touch his shoulder, but he's just gonna bowl straight through.
Okay, if he's running straight in, I wanna try and stealth around the bend in the trees, maybe get into some cover a little bit.
Okay, you can certainly do that.
Maybe not. I
Griselda.
don't.
The tarp maybe slows you down a little.
Yeah. And
Griselda,
also
you are
crinkles
stealth
as I
too,
walk,
right?
so I'm like stealthy, like.
Griselda hops down out of the pack. Thank you, Conan. And she like shakes off, and she's like, "Well, I guess we could still surprise them." And she goes and scurries after Ace and tries to see if she can hide in the trees.
Nope.
We're very good at this.
So the way I'm seeing this is that that all of you are just
Don't they
running,
get it? Wait, hold on.
running
Don't-
into the trees, breaking branches, running into trees, like running through bushes, just like without really like.
Don't they get an advantage because all the rain and everything?
Even with advantage, like a 7, yeah, I suppose a 15 is not too bad. How about Vara? What's Vara doing?
Vera is just kind of sighing to herself and just walking in after them. She's not trying to be stealthy, but she's not floundering through things.
There's my advantage.
Okay, so at 18 you can sort of drop into decent stealth. Yeah, why not? And Vara, I suppose you can sort of see, especially Ace, sort of like bowling into the trees, which isn't giving you the real sense of urgency to go stealthed.
Well,
And
Vera
as-
is actually wearing chainmail, so stealth is moot.
Got it. And so as you guys both going through the trees and running down the road, will sort of see the cart. You can see the cart is completely like, it's a solid wooden cart. There's no way you can see inside. And there are 3 or 4 men, who are trying to get this cart moving again. It's sort of got stuck in some mud, and they're trying to get the horses to pull it out.
I'm gonna assume they're the guys we're looking for and try to intimidate them into surrendering, which I obviously fail horribly. I'm just like, stop right there, criminal scum!
Hey! Now come on, what's going on here? Who are you? Where did you come from?
Kanan walks up and he says to them, actually, we're here to give you guys a hand.
Whoa!
Play with you guys.
There's more than one of you!
He just dropped out of stealth to talk to them.
Well, Kanan wasn't in stealth anyway because he was wearing chainmail and he forgot.
Ah!
So yeah. So my mate here, he got dropped on his head as a kid. So just ignore what he said. Do you guys need a hand?
Well, you know what? A hand would be mighty appreciated. We're stuck in the mud here.
Yeah, no problems. Where are you guys heading?
We're heading to the next town.
Yeah, sure, no problem. So we can give you a hand there, and hopefully we can get some help with this cart as well, and let's see what we can do.
On a 5, he is indeed heading to the next cart, Architect.
Oh, I was just trying to see if he was one of the guys we were looking for.
He could be. On a 5, you can't tell either way.
How many people do we see?
You can see 4 people bustling about the cart, but the cart is completely sealed. You can't see inside it.
Okay, are there 4 horses?
There are.
Perfect.
Are they
so-
horses?
Sorry?
Are they just horses?
They are just horses, yeah. They're not like Dracula's.
Kanan's like turned around and looked behind him and given a wink, like to tell the others just to hold back a little bit.
So, what are you folks doing out on this road anyway?
We're just actually trying to get to the next town so we can get out of the rain.
I mean, not many people knows about this road. Once you get past the quarry, you gotta deal in certain circles to know about these roads. You know what I'm saying? We're just transporting tobacco.
Yeah, nice. Well, I'm actually part of following the god and deity, the Platinum Dragon. As you can see from my friend here, he is of the dragon likeness as well, and we're just following our god's footsteps. And this took us to this destination.
I'm just gonna interrupt completely and be like, "Can I have some of that tobacco?"
Well, no, you can't, sir. It's worth a lot more to our buyer than it would be to you.
I have 4 gold pieces. How much can that buy?
Well, like I say, we're taking a shipment. If we were to make short on our shipment, then we would get a bad reputation. This is all bought and paid for.
Okay.
Well, why don't we give you guys a hand to move this cart? So, where have you guys come from, by the way?
We came from that town back that way, Gregnort. Gregnort's the same town you guys came from.
I'm gonna put my hand on the cart and see if there's movement inside.
I was gonna say while they're trying to get this cart out of unstuck, there's gonna be a lot of jostling around, and I wonder if Griselda can kind of get up close and see if she can hear anything coming from inside.
Is that perception?
Yeah, you guys can give us some perception checks. Ace, what are you up to?
I want to run out of the forest and go, oh, a cart. Oh, thank the gods. I've been traveling for days and it's soaking wet. Is there any chance I could take cover in your cart, kind sirs?
Well, I'm afraid not. No, there is no way at all. This is we keep this cart locked because it's full of precious goods. I mean, you can ride up front with us. There's a little bit of shelter from the rain.
I just need enough time to dry off. I assure you, no harm will come to your precious goods.
Even on a 9, in fact, any of you will hear a sneeze from inside the cart.
I'm just gonna take my great axe and slam it into the side of this cart.
Okay.
You hear screams.
There's no tobacco in there!
You hear screams inside the cart, and for the first time you realize this cargo might not be regular prisoners.
I don't know what that means, but
Like, can we tell something? Is there something about the screams or the sneeze that?
I'm just gonna go open the cart.
He's sort of like standing for like, hey, no, you can't look in there. That was just that's just magical interference. That's what that is. Just magical interference, okay? And if any of you want to give me an intelligence check or
Blame
perception
magical
check
interference for everything.
on the screams.
Bar walks up and stands besides Kanan, and she'll give you a roll.
So, the screams were of some sort of younger species. Not necessarily humans, but these prisoners, it would seem, were younger. Perhaps even as young as children.
I'm gonna peek through the hole that I left with the axe.
Perhaps you shouldn't have done that.
Now look, there's no need for violence here, okay? We're on a rescue mission. I don't want things to go south, okay?
I'm just really soaking wet and I really want to not be. I don't care what you're doing. I just need shelter. Please.
Look, if we give you shelter, will you guys help us, or are you gonna turn us in?
No, look,
How
just to
about
confirm,
both? Can we
what's your
do
name,
both?
What was your name?
You guys obviously broke the law. We could probably help your friends, but you guys are done for.
Come on now, you know them laws ain't real laws. How can it be
Well,
against the law to just live in a place?
oh,
Now, Tech, just give me a second. Now, what's your name, sir?
My name's John.
John. And who are the people that are inside this cart?
Mostly tiefling kids.
And what were they charged of? Do you know?
They were trying to get to the next city.
And that's why they were put in prison?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to do an insight on that.
On a nat 1
Oh, damn.
and a 4,
2 net ones.
you guys can't be sure. I will remind Kelly at this point in time that you have a nat 20. You are also
You're
muted.
muted.
Muted. Got it. Completely forgot. Okay, I'm gonna use it.
On an insight?
Insight, yeah. To see if I can figure out what's going on.
So, he is definitely telling the truth. These kids have been detained as they were trying to get into the next town.
Griselda, what do you think?
I think he's telling the truth, guys. And
I'm
that's
gonna ask this John fellow if there's any racism involved. Is there any racism involved in these kids capture or whatever, arresting or something? Was it racism?
Yes, sir, the vilest kind. Lawful
All right.
kind.
Let's go back to the other town and kind of slaughter it.
What? Hi.
What? Oh, I didn't say that. No, I'm just a normal barbarian.
It's really wet outside.
Well, I mean, look, these kids. I don't really care about the other town, okay? They're gonna keep on doing this stuff, sure, but I just want to get these kids to their parents across the border.
Okay. Look, this is what we're going to do. And I'm looking at the rest of the party. And I'm going to call in my friend right now. And Bara, do you want to come in?
Oh, I walked up behind you earlier.
Look, from talking to these people, I think they're okay. I think they've been put in the wrong circumstance. And look, they didn't want any exact proof of them being around. So maybe what we could do is we could take some clothing that looks like it's been bloodied up as evidence and let these people go. These are children.
And we're sure these are what was prisoned in jail. This is the right cart.
he
And
said
this
he
is
was
what
telling the
Tom said.
truth.
Okay.
But I think we should help them. I
I
don't
we
think
should help them get out of
with the
water.
rain, I think we shouldn't just let them. I mean, even if we get them unstuck now, they're just gonna get stuck again.
Ace, jump in the cart.
Yeah, you can do that. And he unlocks the cart and opens it up for Ace. I'm sorry I
I am-
kept you so long.
So relieved for one thing, but also immediately take stock of my surroundings. How many kids do we have in here?
There's about 15 kids in here.
How big
Varying.
How big is the gash in the cart now?
It's not huge. I'm just seeing it as a single axe blade buried in the side, so maybe just like a hatchet size. Maybe it made like a single slat sort of breakaway, but you'd have to actively investigate it to see inside.
Okay. Well, I actually want to walk over and use mending on the cart to close up the hole.
Okay, and it sort of goes.
I got a question for John. Is it possible that they're gonna send more people after you?
Well, you know, it certainly is, but this goddamn cart, it keeps throwing horseshoes and getting stuck in the mud. I'm having the worst luck.
All right, let's protect these people. We're not bodyguards, you guys.
If I can just get to the next border, they've got a real chance over there.
Yeah, do we get paid for this job?
Can I check on the kids?
Yeah, give me a I'm not even gonna make you roll for this. Okay, so the kids, they're scared mostly. None of them are injured, or at least not injured recently, and they're looking scared, concerned. They look at you suspiciously.
It's on X Blade
Okay.
go through the wall just a second ago.
Yeah.
I will stop being a tarp person because I feel like that's a little bit more intimidating. And if I have like rations or something to kind of pass out, is that a creepy stranger thing to do? Maybe.
Free candy.
Well, I think Griselda would kind of hop up onto the back of the cart, and since she carries around her like jewelry making supplies, she like digs into her bag and finds some like shiny beads and like hands them to a couple of the kids.
So, you know what? Maybe one or two of them just sort of take it, but they're not really sure what you want them to do with it. The food goes down well. But one of these kids, a very small child, maybe she's only 4 years old. She's got blue skin and like tiny little horns that protrude from her forehead and fangs in her mouth. And she just sort of like walks towards Ace's hair, and like is holding her hand up to the hair.
You
Which
can
is
touch it. It's
Fire, yeah.
fire. Yeah. It's not hot, really. Not the same way normal fire is.
Yeah, except she sort of like uses her innate control flame ability, and it suddenly flares, and like some of it goes in her hand. Like... And she just like sort of sits and smiles at you.
I tell the others inside the cart to hold on. And Tech and John, do you want to give me a hand? Let's give it a push to get it out of here.
Yeah, okay, boys, come on, hands off crossbows. Let's get this thing moving.
Hands off. I'm surprised nobody shot me while I was while I was burying my axe into the side of that thing.
It was a tense moment.
He didn't say no need for violence until like three sentences later.
I
So
was ready to backhand him.
on the
Var-
17, we'll take another roll from Tech as well.
Var is going to
does
help
it
with
roll
this.
that
as
business
well.
we're all helping each other?
Yeah, that's true. So we'll just give you an
19.
advantage. Can I? Oh, a 19. Okay, yeah. Do you know what? You guys, you're all rolling above 20. We'll just get it going. Okay, it just starts moving. You can pull it out, and the horses pick up, and you can get moving.
Brilliant. All right, John, maybe we should get going pretty quickly before someone else catches up, yeah?
Don't need me turn
I'm
twice.
gonna sit on the horse while we're riding.
I mean, they're not gonna argue with
just-
you.
Just because there's rain and I like the rain.
They'll let you do that.
Sit on a horse?
No, it's because it's rainy. That's why.
Okay.
I wanna start up a story time with Aceron, in the cart, and just start to kind of try to entertain them and like tell them interesting but kind of funny stories to kind of keep them calm if I can, and keep them to kind of distracted by the fact that we're on the run. And I do think I started it with some small, short, not too emotional or perfect speech about, yeah, I know what it's like to be different. Kind, obviously.
Okay, so give us a performance check.
Cool.
You know, a 14 is for a scared kid is just enough to beat the stranger danger senses. So they're sort of like, maybe not like running up and hugging you, but they're certainly attentive and willing to do what you say. You're nicer than the other men.
Griselda's still in the back, but she's distracted by the story too, and so she kind of finds an empty spot and sits down and is like,
That helps, thank you.
So, John, what made you go and rescue these kids?
Well, I'm from that town.
So you know these kids now?
Haven't you heard about what's been going on down there?
No, tell us.
They've been detaining kids. Detaining any kids from different races or with magic using for indefinite periods of time, not letting them get on to any of the Storm Coast.
And when you say they, is there anyone in particular?
It's that new government official. I don't know what
What
they
do you
call they call him just the governor.
It's an
The,
ominous
the
name.
governor?
Yeah,
Does he carry around a baseball bat? Or
I don't know.
damn zombies. Brilliant.
But they
Now,
all pander to him, you know. Anything he says, they do. And if he says, "Hey, we're gonna go and lock up kids," then he'll do it. If they say, "Hey, we're gonna go and try and beat up some people," then they'll do it. There's been some nasty happenings going on down there.
Well, do you reckon, like, after we get these kids across the border, you could show us where to go to find this governor?
I mean, I could see my way clear, but problem is, it's all legal. Not right.
Sometimes, like, yeah. They may have some more kids.
And where are these kids being shipped off to? Don't they have families?
What, you mean, where are we taking them now?
Besides across the border.
Yeah, we're trying to take them to meet up with their families.
I'm just gonna blurt out really loudly in the middle of the conversation. Are we gonna assassinate the governor?
I mean, I'm not. I've got a life to live.
I would like to find out who's paying us for that job.
Tech, put your axe away for a second, mate. We're all good right now. We'll just hold back on the axe.
Well, look, the way it is, they started sending all the tieflings out of town. So some of them made it across to the border. Some of them had to go back to cross seas and stuff to their own hometowns or wherever it is the hell they came from. I know most of them are in the next town, and I'm hoping that most of the ones with kids will be in the next town, because I'd like to think they wouldn't have wanted to go too far.
Is it just tieflings? Any other races? Magic users?
Yeah, let's say there's maybe a furbolg child in there.
Is there any dragonborns?
No dragonborns.
Alright.
Your race is rare in these parts.
Alright.
This is why I'm not from around here.
To be honest, I'm surprised they didn't try and do nothing to you. I guess it's because they hired you.
They may not have known what race she was when they did.
So we're stuck on our mission and accepting another mission. Don't we have to go back? I understand you wanted to provide like bloody cloth or something like that, but what are we
Yeah.
doing at this point? That's
I don't feel right getting these kids in.
I would like to help the kids, but
They
gotta have a
didn't
plan.
really give us a time period.
Well,
Like,
can we? So Griselda's in the cart, so she can't really ask. But could we like ask John if he thinks he's gonna make it okay, or if he?
Did the Rangers stop?
The rain did just stop.
Glorious.
I mean, I don't know if I'll make it okay. I mean, it should be, as long as we don't catch any more goddamn horseshoes or fogs or anything.
I might. I think I'm still in the cart, so I'm actually not going to contribute to this conversation. Never mind.
Farah's gonna walk behind the cart to where the doors open and peek in and just generally ask the children, are these men being nice to you? Are you taken care of?
And the same confident little girl that touched Ace's hair sort of walks on. Yeah, they let us go for toilet breaks whenever we want, and we don't have to go in a bucket, and they feed us.
Okay. That's at least a good sign.
It's better
But if
than the
that's
last
all-
place.
Oh, I hear. Walls fall down at that last place. Do you recall that?
I was quite happy when the wall fell down. Meant we could get out.
I bet you were. And I'll back away and go back over to the side of the caravan. Are we moving at this point?
Yeah,
Towards-
they've kept it moving. They've kept it moving.
Okay.
It's like going at around sort of a walking pace though. And
Yeah.
that confident little girl goes and sits herself down on Ace's lap. So she just comes and plonks herself down in your lap, Ace.
Oh, great. Okay, sorry, my dad came in for 2 seconds and
It's all good.
yeah, so I'll kind of like lift her up, make sure she's settled, and say, I'm gonna stay here for a while if that's all right with you. Can I hang out with you for a while?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sounds good. Do you want another story?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think for a second, and then I launch into a only slightly exaggerated tale of some of my former adventures.
Give me another performance check. Okay, so what were you aiming for in the tales? For brave and dashing, or?
Brave and dashing. I think there's always a little bit of an edge of comedy to her stories. But yeah, just probably something about a dragon. There probably wasn't actually a dragon, but she tells it with a dragon. Stuff like that.
Okay, so like yeah, it mostly gets across, but the kids really pick up on like one aspect of it, and they just end up like laughing about it more than you would normally be happy with. So maybe it's like one of them says something about the dragon pooping, and then all of them are just laughing about poop for hours, like for ages.
Dragon poop. Yeah. Okay.
Well, the way I see it, we should get to the border. I mean, by tonight.
Following this pace, we'll reach the border.
Yeah, should do. I'm trying to take it a little easier. When we were hitching up the speed, that's when we started having all the problems.
So do we want to maybe get them to the border and then head back to town with our fake results and see if we can get a meeting with this governor person?
Are you in the cart with me asking that?
I guess Griselda would have to. She's still in the cart. Okay. So when Bara came up to the cart to peek in, Griselda used the opportunity to kind of hop out.
I'll tell you what we'll do to make all of this a lot easier. We'll put a little sliding door between the driver and the car, and now you guys can all
Okay.
communicate easily.
Griselda goes up to the taxi door and she opens it and she goes, "Guys, so what are we gonna do? I think this big bad guy is really screwing up and we need to go teach him a lesson. Maybe break a femur."
Might not be a bad idea to get horses in the town across the border so we can travel faster on the way back.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Okay, so we're gonna get to the border. We're gonna buy some horses.
Why don't we just use these horses?
Well, we have to ask.
Not actually our horses.
I mean, they'll let us borrow it. We help them.
We'll need to inquire about that. We can't just take them.
Obviously.
Well, I mean, these horses are my livelihood. I've taken my own time to come and get these kids. You know, I appreciate at least a little compensation.
I'm
How
sure we
about
could
the
arrange.
compensation is we can bring you the governor's head?
That's gonna be probably difficult, as he said, it was a legal outfit going on.
Yeah, but I mean, if he's dead, there's nothing to worry about. I mean, he can't make his he can't make his ridiculous laws if he's dead.
That's assuming that he's the only one in his faction who supports these laws, and based on the treatment of these children, I wouldn't be surprised if it was much more pervasive than that.
Well, we have to start somewhere.
Hey, whoa! What's
Yes,
going
chaotic
on?
good.
What's going on ahead here? As there is a tree downed across the road.
All right. I'm a look around to make sure I'm gonna see if this tree is actually naturally fell over or what.
It has almost certainly been chopped down.
All
Maybe we
right.
should make friends.
I'm gonna go over there and try to lift this tree out of the way. I mean, I would like some help for an advantage if you got that for me, Conan.
Strong, and I'm with a bunch of kids.
You want to help me out with this?
What
Go
about
for it.
Ace and Griselda and Vara? What are you guys up to?
I'm
didn't
still.
hit.
So that's athletics with the advantage. I didn't even need that advantage. I got a 25.
Cool. We'll get to that in a moment.
I
I'm
need to
still over
ask-
by John asking if there's any others that know of this trail and what he's doing.
I mean, I didn't think so, but heck.
Heck.
Oh, yeah, heck, okay? I don't like to swear. I'm a God-fearing man.
That's quite alright.
That's kind of serious, heck. Yep. I want to ask the blue tiefling girl's name.
Nilly?
Nilly?
Nilly.
Nilly, if I step out for a second, I can come right back, but I think I should check on something with my friends, okay?
Okay. Is everything okay?
Okay, I'll be right back. Oh yeah, everything's fine. Just want to make sure that that the road is clear.
Oh, okay.
I'll be right back in a second. And I'm gonna do just like a quick produced flame just to kind of be like just a last minute kind of entertainment thing to kind of distract her as I step out of the
Yeah, okay, I'll grant you that one.
cool, right? I'll be right back.
And is there anything in particular that Griselda is doing before we resolve this tree stuff?
I think she sees Ace leave and she realized the kids didn't warm up to her the same way, so she just follows out of the cart
Hmm.
and sits and stares at the tree and she goes, well, that's a big tree.
So on a 25 athletics roll, Kanan and Tech, you guys can get that tree up and you start to like lift it and you can start to drag it. As you do so, however, arrows hit the side of the cart as a volley has come from the forest from each side. Only 4 arrows aside. And inside the kids sort of like give a little jump. And if you like, we can all go into initiative.
They hit either side of the cart, so they're on both sides of us.
Yeah, there's like 4 arrows, so like maybe 3 on one side and 1 on the other. So, as this is going on, there is a second volley. This time, however, they are aiming for you guys maneuvering the tree. You just hear a shout from the woods that says, you better get lost, you don't belong around here. Unfortunately, I only have one sort of accent from that area, and that's it, so they all got it. Does a 17 hit you, Tech?
Yes.
Please take 6 piercing damage. Kanan. A20.
Yeah. I've
Does-
got 20 at the moment with the Shield of Faith.
You've got a 20 at the moment. Awesome. So with the Shield of Faith, you will just about block that ammo, which I rolled damage on preemptively. And the other 2 will go towards the cart. Now, oh, hang on a minute. Vara, you're sitting with Driver. So one is going to go to John. And it sails over his head. And another is heading for Vara. Does a 16 hit?
Just.
Please take 7 piercing damage.
These arrows hurt.
And then it is Ace's turn.
Okay, were they able to move the tree at all, or is it still?
They would have started to drag it. On a 25, they would have probably started to drag it out of the way, but it's still partially covering the road.
Okay. Is there enough room to squeeze the cart by?
Not quite.
Okay.
They're going to need to push it a little bit more.
If that's the case, I would like to hold my turn, but use a free action to say, get the tree out of the way.
Okay. Griselda, is your go next?
So, sorry, trying to picture what's going on. So these guards, are they in the trees? Like, can we see them?
Yeah, you can. Now that they're starting firing at you, you can see them from the trees. They're wearing like the straw with star outfits from the town before.
So, and is there like three of them on one side of us and one of them on the other side?
Yeah, that's a pretty good assessment.
So, I think Griselda is gonna go after the guy who's alone, kind of screaming, like, ah!
Okay, so he's about 30 feet away.
So she can't get to him quite.
I mean, you can use a dash action.
Okay.
So using your dash action, you can get within range of him. What would you like to do with your bonus action?
Hold on.
I would guess you're a barbarian, right?
Yeah, so I think I can hit with the bonus action.
Or you could enrage.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess she goes into rage, but she can't do anything. She can just do rage.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. You can run up raging and get within distance of him. He's freaked out. He's certainly focused on you and no one else right now. What does a rage look like on Griselda?
So I think she kind of tries to get really big, and her eyes get really big, and she is just like letting out like a squeaky gnome.
And
Very
she's going after the person who is on his own on one side, correct?
Yes.
She is.
And we can see the people on the other side too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Perfect.
you can see them.
Okay.
And so that brings us to Tex Go. You can hear Ace shouting to move the tree.
Alright, I just got hit in the butt by an arrow, and I'm pretty mad, so I'm gonna enrage, and I'm gonna turn around, and this anime-like aura of sheer terror as I look at the guy that just shot me. And how far away is this guy?
Probably about 30 feet off the track as well.
30 feet away from me, or 30 feet?
Yeah, probably about 30 feet away from you.
Alright, that's exactly my movement speed, so I'm gonna run at this dude and try to cleave him in half with this great axe.
An 18 hits. Do us some damage. This is going to be severe wounding. So as you cleave him in half, I guess it's going to just sink into his shoulder, and his arm is going to be gone, but it's going to stop in his chest. It doesn't cut him in half, and he's just like screaming, like, ah!
Oh man, that's brutal.
I guess.
I think it might be 12 because rage damage.
Oh, okay. If it's rage damage, then it'll just go far enough to sort of like catch his heart, I guess, and he'll just sink to the ground.
Oh my god, I just killed a man in one blow.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
does that intimidate all the other ones? Because I just single-handedly like slayed this dude in one shot.
No. They look they don't look happy about it, but if anything, they're just focusing their fire on you. One of them sort of shouts, "Gotta get the magic ones!" Kanan, it'll be your turn.
No, I can't.
Kanan's going to be going towards the closest one to him. Is it within 30 feet?
Yep, yeah, it's within 30 feet.
Fantastic. And he pulls out his greatsword, sticks it in the front, thinks for a second, and then attacks.
A 15 will not hit. Your chainsword is turned by his chainmail armor.
Oh well.
I'm not
He
sure
goes
of your
back in.
class. At level 3, do you have any extra attacks or anything?
Not with this one, no.
Okay. So, would you like to do anything on your bonus action?
With my bonus action... Oh shoot, I should have done that first.
Damn.
No, I'll leave it till the next round.
Okay. So then, holding up the pack, Vara. I can't hear you.
Now you can.
There I can.
I would like to be able to reach somebody if there's anybody within 30 feet of me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
I will run up. Well, I will walk fastly up to them and pull out my warhammer and take a shot.
Go for it.
Ah, 8.
An 8 has also turned. He sort of like turns and it just goes down his chain shirt as he just sort of like pushes the blow past him.
It was a wet handle. But then I would like to bonus action and create a spiritual weapon nearby him on the other side of him.
Okay.
And that is a D8. That 14.
A 14 also does not quite hit, I'm afraid.
Okay.
So like they've sort of like, I don't know, Matrix style avoiding these strange weapons coming out of nowhere. So that takes it back to the guards' turns. Now, the one that with you, Griselda.
I do want to jump in.
Oh,
with
yeah.
A turn. Yeah.
You were holding for the tree to move, but it never did.
No one moved the tree, so I'm panicking now though. So I'm gonna I'm running up to the tree and I'm like, why did no one move the tree? And I am looking at it because I'm not very strong and I don't know what to do. So I probably, maybe not in the smartest move, I cast Burning Hands on the tree.
Okay.
Because her logic is not great, but it's she's trying to get it out of the way, and the only thing she can do is like burn it.
Okay. So as you do this, it's pretty damp. It's been raining all night.
Then it probably won't ignite. So I just am frantic a little bit at this point, and I look specifically at Conan. Is that how you say it? I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I know. And I look at him and I say, please help me move this thing. And I use Bardic Inspiration on him. Yeah, great. That's
Okay.
it. That's all I got.
Perhaps telling a short tale of someone who moves a tree sometime.
Yeah, let's see. I don't actually know exactly what it would be, but sure. I'll spin a quick tale.
Been a yarn. Okay, cool. So
No, how many barbarians does it take to move a tree? Only one if you can keep their attention long enough.
Wait, I'm the barbarian. Well, to be fair, I was planning on trying to barrel bulldoze the tree over with my rage. in the next
You're
turn.
still welcome to, but no one did. So
Yeah, I got really mad because I got shot in the butt by an arrow.
yeah, it's fine.
So, the guard's turns. The one with Griselda. He turns, seeing your angry little form, and is like, ah! And just lashes out with his short sword. The first one only. Does a 19 hit you?
Yes.
It does 5 piercing damage.
So, but when I'm raging, I have,
Half, so you'll only take 2.
and you have like okay, so resistance is half. Got it. Cool.
Let's see. So, Tech, you're standing over a dead one. But Vara and Kanan, you're standing near one of them. I think he's going to swing at Kanan, having Kanan had the closest thing to hurting him. So he's going to nat 20 his roll and hit Kanan for 9 piercing damage.
Of course.
How's Kanan looking?
Kanan's fine.
Oh, perfect. Especially perfect as the other one with the mystical weapon in front of him. He sort of like tries to stab at the weapon. What happens if he tries to attack it?
Oh, he. Let me get back there. Okay, if he tries to attack. I think he doesn't do anything.
Okay, so he just swings at this ethereal weapon. And
I'll copy the thing in there. It's my first spiritual weapon.
yeah, so yeah, he just attacks it and literally nothing happens. It just passes through and he's a bit freaked out and he wastes his action on it. However, John stands up, readying his crossbow. And a crossbow bolt from further down the road behind the tree flies over Asaran's head and hits John in the face.
Oh. Is he looking okay?
He is not looking okay. He just took a crossbow to the face. He just tumbles from the cart into the mud.
Oh.
Oh man.
Okay.
I guess those horses are ours now.
The 3 other guards standing on top of the cart are scrambling towards the front. Another arrow from further up in the trees from above Griselda. Maybe you can see another 40 feet in. An arrow flies down and takes the second guard on the cart out. And then there's a third and a fourth as more arrows come from further into the trees. We ain't letting you freaks get away.
Which side are more
Oh, that-
arrows coming from? Like,
They're
which side of the road? Or is it pretty even?
pretty even.
Okay.
Some from further down the road. And you guys can see another cart coming down the road now towards the back of this cart. And with that, it's Asaran's go.
Okay. I really need this tree to move, so I'm gonna hold until after Conan's turn and like just kind of give him a thumbs up, like, okay, got this. Maybe, and then yeah.
Holding your action again.
Yes.
Griselda, it'll be your turn.
So I guess she's a gnome. She's not gonna try and help move a tree. So
But you do have a guard in front of you.
but so she's gonna attack the guard. Wrong screen. Okay, so she is gonna take her gnome-sized flail out of her belt
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh, 24, that hits.
then
5 bludgeoning damage.
+2.
7 bludgeoning damage takes this guy in the femur in such a way that he falls to the ground and begins to roll down the hill away from you. You may take like an opportunity attack
Oh, and
as he
so
slides.
with the, yeah. Okay. So do I attack roll for that again?
Yeah, go for it. Oh, there it is. Yeah. You as he falls to the ground. How do you? I mean, this is you didn't declare it as non-violent, so I mean, how'd you kill him?
So she, as he's sliding away, she kind of jumps on top of him and takes her flail and hits him in the head.
Ooh. Okay, yeah, and just
like a
sort of caves his head in. Yeah. Okay. So next after you is Tech.
Alright, I'm gonna run at this tree and try to, through brute strength alone, barrel roll this tree. Or barrel this tree out of the way. And I think with rage I have advantages on strength checks. Does that count?
It does.
As athletics and strength, or just strength?
Oh yeah, athletics is a strength check.
Alright. And that didn't do nothing anyway.
So on a 13, I'm gonna say it moves a couple of feet, and with someone else's aid, it could move even further. So if you don't mind, I will go to Conan's turn. Conan's turn. Do you know what? 12, there we go. With your combined might, you can move the tree, and it looks like you could probably just about get the cart through.
Okay. Conan, or Conan.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry. Oh, because I keep trying to say Conan, and I'm like, that just it. Okay. Anyway, Conan, do you want to do anything else with your turn before I panic interrupt?
Kanan's just gonna like take the admiration and praise of actually moving the tree, and stand there with 1 foot up and give an intimidation. Can you do that?
Why not? Why not? Make sure it's good though. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. There's
I've also got Bardic Inspiration in there somewhere.
Oh yeah, you could add your D6 of Bardic Inspiration if you like.
I'm gonna do that. Does that work?
That does. So you get a 19, and they look somewhat fearful. And then...
Would that put them on a disadvantage for future rolls?
Possible. It's quite possible. Vara, it's your turn. It might just make them attack everyone else.
I do want to interject. Can I interject?
Yes, go for it. Sorry.
Yeah, my turn. Sorry.
Yep.
Okay.
Holding action.
So,
Yep, I remember that stuff.
Yeah, I'm moving now. So I'm like, great. Okay, great job. And I run over to the cart, hop into the driver's seat, and spur the horses on to get past it. As I do, I want to look around the cart and cast pyrotechnics about, I'm going to say about 15 feet from where I'm at, so that I create smoke in a 20-foot radius and the whole area becomes obscured.
As you do so, you hear from the side of the cart a small voice say, "Oh, that's pretty."
Thanks.
Not
And,
from in the cart.
Oh, not from in the cart?
From the side of the cart.
Okay.
If you
Is
look
it on the side I'm not looking around?
as you sit there, you can see just right at the back, just stepping around the door is Nilly.
Nilly? Okay. Can you get back inside?
But you said it was okay.
It absolutely was. Can you come sit next to me?
Can we all come?
Here, let me open. How about I open the window and you all stay in the cart and I can tell you another story as we drive.
So if Ace is putting the cart into motion, I will let you guys drop temporarily out of combat with Kanan's intimidation, so you can reorganize yourselves with regard to carts and kids. So out of combat, you've got a short while.
I'm good with that. I'd relocate towards the back door of the cart.
You can see there's a couple of tieflings that are now sitting outside the cart, like sitting on the floor looking at the cart coming down the road.
Dang it.
I'm gonna run by the cart and try to scare these enemies away with a really loud roar.
Go for it. Give us an intimidation check. Oof. Yeah, on a 21, you can see them all sort of like stop, like looking around the woods. Like you hear one of them go, "You hear bear?"
Can I use my thaumaturgy to increase the volume of his roar?
Yeah, sure. So as you do that as well, they physically cower, like whoa, and that you can see the cart further back has stopped.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. We're gonna have to do something about that cart, or it's gonna catch up with us eventually, probably.
Okay, if I only have so much time and there's only obstruction of view for so long, so I guess I hop off and run around and try and get the tiefling kids back in the cart?
Oh yeah, they're easily like they can be cowed into the cart easy enough. It's just whether they'll stay there.
Okay, stay here. I will tell a story through the window, but we have got to drive, okay? Okay?
Okay. And you can like
Great.
just pile them all back in.
Including Nellie?
Nellie's holding your hand.
Great. Okay, I'm gonna take Nellie around to the driver's seat and pray that she's gonna be okay, because I don't have time to deal with it, and I'm gonna start the cart to moving. Whoever's
gonna-
closest, Vara maybe, I'll kind of say, I'm gonna get them out of here. Okay, and then I'm gonna start going. I want to go.
I'm gonna run towards the enemy cart and try to attack it.
You
the
can
cart itself.
you can start doing that, but you've already had a couple of actions. Let's see what some of the other people are doing in this moment of downtime. Maybe
Yeah,
Kanan.
I was gonna ask if I have to redo initiative, or does the old initiative count?
We'll see what happens in just a moment. Let's see what maybe Kanan, Vara, and Griselda are doing.
Kanan sees them coming forward and looks to the nearest tree. And does it look pretty flimsy like the last one he pushed over?
Yeah.
Sweet. Cool. Well, you know what he's going to do.
Yeah, on a
Damn.
19, you can push over this tree. I mean, it's not as big as the tree that was blocking your path. That one had been chopped down, but it will hold things up a little. Well,
That's right. Once the tree is over, he's going to find a spot a little bit further back to where he can flank them if they come forward towards the tree and have to stop to move it.
of course, you know that there were more in the trees around you. Probably
Well,
watching
then I won't go on flank.
you.
Because
Okay.
I thought that they left when I intimidated them with my good looks.
No, they haven't left. They've just stopped for a moment. They're second guessing themselves.
I mean, they're cowering now with my roar, aren't they?
Yeah, it's mostly the ones in the road. Yeah, the others are looking around confusedly for this strange, loud bear. So Griselda, I
Alright.
think we've not heard from you in this downtime.
I'll
What are
sit
you
there
up
and
to?
just pose and look good again.
Well, so Griselda will have just slid a little ways in the forest, so she's coming back. And
Okay.
is very confused by what she's seeing. So Ace and the cart of kids are riding away,
It's starting
right.
to, yep.
and then
Looks like Tech's starting to run towards the enemy cart. Kanan's posing near a downed tree.
I'm following behind the cart closely.
you're following behind the
Lot of
cart,
smoke.
behind Ace's cart that's riding
Yes.
away.
Trying to make sure the kids stay in.
Okay.
Kids, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
So, so she looks and she sees that Vara has got the back of the cart with the kids, and she's like, okay, they're covered. So let's go give Conan backup, because God only knows what this dragon guy's gonna do. So she I guess, goes over to Conan and kind of pretends to like back to back with him.
Okay.
Like ready to come at the guards when they come out of the woods.
So then, we're essentially going to split the party. As Ace begins to drive, I don't think any of you have made an effort to close the back doors of the car. So you're going to go over the corpses of the downed people who are helping them, John and that, and it's going to be a bit bumpy, and the kids are going to see these bodies in the road as you drive away. And there's a refresh amount of screaming as they all like try and crowd into the window.
When they start screaming, I'll use my thaumaturgy again and shut the door.
Okay, so they start screaming and you just close the door on it. That's a problem for another time. Yeah,
not a problem.
And they're all sort of shouting through the window to Ace, like, what's happening? What's going on?
I am trying to spin a tale about sleeping magic. And I don't think I'm like great with kids, but I'm doing my best.
I mean, I'll take a performance check. You never know.
Yeah, I'm gonna pretend that like they were just sleeping. Oh, I'm on the spell sheet.
They were sleeping in the road full of blood.
They're just sleeping in the road. It's fine. Oh, it's not great.
They spilled their ketchup.
Yeah, on a 13, they just burst into tears. Like,
Didn't one of them have a missing arm? And like a cleave down to their heart?
That was over in the forest a little way. This was the people who were helping them that they just ran over.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, on a 13, you now have a cart full of 15 crying kids, and a confused-looking Nelly.
Yeah, at least she didn't see. I'm gonna keep holding her close. Driving away.
So, as you go past this tree, it actually starts going down a hill, but we'll get back to that in a moment. Tech, as you run towards this cart, what's your plan?
I'm gonna try to break the wheels.
Okay, so as you charge them, after a while, I mean, they're a way down the road, so it's going to take you about 60 feet to get there. I'll give you a surprise round, but you need to travel 60 feet in that round to be in melee distance.
I can dash it. I got 30 feet of movement speed.
Okay, you can dash the movement speed. But the dash is an action, though.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, that's all I can do is run over there and dash.
But you do stop them from taking many ranged attacks at you.
Yeah.
Kanan and Griselda.
Actually, can I run 30 feet and throw a javelin or a hand axe at him?
Yeah, if you want.
Oh.
Oh dear. Oh dear. The javelin just sort of falls short. You fumble it as you throw it, and it does one of them rubbish half throw things. Yeah, we all have bad
It goes about 3 feet before stabbing into the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, yep. And it will go on your next turn. We'll go in the same... Once we've covered Gris and Kanan, we'll go back into normal initiative. So, Kanan and Griselda, you guys standing together. Tech's gone that way. Ace and Vara have gone that way. You're alone with some corpses. And some angry guardsmen.
So there's 2 guardsmen left. So how about we take out these 2? What do you think? And I look down at my knee to where Griselda is.
I'm ready.
Alrighty, I'll take the first one.
Okay. So, what we got here? We've got some divine favor going on. Oh, damn. Okay. So, Kanan, you get an extra 1d4 damage on top of that 18, but it's really not necessary as you... I mean, do you want to describe this? You can do whatever you like to this person. They're dead.
Look, honestly, I just go up straight to the guy. I pull the blade out, I lick the hilt, and then I slice him like he's a banana peel, one side to the other.
Yeah, taking chainmail and everything else away with it somehow, as you just like tear him to shreds. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I was like, with that action, I look at Griselda and say, "Hey, look, that's a bit of inspiration for you. Get the next guy."
Okay. So Griselda goes charging at the other one after she sees her friend, and she goes, "Yeah!" Goes charging after the next.
An 18 will hit. And a 10 will severely wound. I guess it
So
could be
she-
a classic femur break.
Yeah, so she's leg height, so she goes right to the thigh.
And he like cries out as your flail passes through his thigh with no real like. It makes a loud crack, but there's no real resistance, and he just immediately sort of like awkwardly does the one-legged drop to the floor thing.
Were you raged?
I don't think so. I think it would have worn off by now.
And before we go back into regular turn order, we'll just skip back across to Ace and Vara. Ace, you can see down this long hill. You can see the river that marks the border between the two territories and the city beyond. Bless you.
Thank you.
The cart can probably move about a maximum of 100 feet a turn, and it's 400 feet away.
Okay, I'm gonna make my way towards it as fast as I can. So
Now, Vara, are you jumping in because the speed's about to pick up?
I will jump on the back. I don't want to jump in, but I assume there's a ledge or something on the back.
Yeah, you can stand on like a board runner.
Okay.
hang on, I'm gonna yell through the window.
And it's a good thing you do,
Oh, good.
because another one of these strange sniper-style people from the sides fires at you. And they do so using my nat 20, Ace. So that'll take 8 piercing damage.
Me? Who?
Ace,
Ace.
Oh, okay. That's
you're driving the
great.
cart, so...
Oh.
Ow. Ow. I'm okay. How's Nellie doing?
She's looking at the red blooming from your, like, chest, and she's trying to use Control Flame on it.
Okay. Yeah, not quite the same. But I'm gonna try and kind of shift away from her as much as possible and keep driving, but also, which direction did it come from? The opposite direction from the side she's on. So this is a huge concern of mine as well.
It would have come from the opposite side, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and shift so that I'm like awkwardly away from her and still driving, but also trying to like make sure that she is completely shielded. So if I take another arrow, so be it.
Okay, cool. And how is Ace looking right now?
Oh, fine. I mean, a little bloody, but not like super bloody.
No, like, you
not
know,
actually bloodied yet.
you've taken an arrow before. You can take another 2 or 3.
Yeah, exactly, totally.
Awesome. Good to know.
Good to know.
My Bard college is the College of Swords, so like she's used to dealing with sharp pointy things and sometimes being hurt by them. So
Awesome. So then we'll come back round to the top of the round as they're also going to fire. The 2 people operating the cart are going to fire at Tech. Does a 19 hit you, Tech?
Yes, definitely.
Please take 3 piercing. And the second guy, does a 15 hit you?
Yes.
Ooh. So that's a total of 5 piercing damage. And I believe you guys took out your people who were close by, Kanan and Griselda. However, the ones further up in the trees, they're going to take a couple of...
I think Griselda's guy he's mortally wounded.
Oh yeah,
he was just standing.
He's not down, but he's, down. So there's one shot from the side, another one heading towards Griselda, 22.
Hits.
Please take 5 piercing damage. And another one heading for Kanan. Kanan somehow dodging all these arrows. It's a beautiful thing. And that takes us back to Texco.
Alright, I'm gonna run at this cart and try to smash as many wheels with one swing as possible.
Okay, so the 18, that will easily knock one of the cart wheels off, and the whole thing will just lurch into the ground.
Does it knock it off, or does it completely destroy it?
Give me a damage roll. Destroys it. Takes out a large section.
Alright, now we just need to run. I'm gonna use my bonus action to tell everybody, run! Run! We did what we needed to do here. Let's go!
So as we start Griselda's turn, you hear this coming from Tech for you to run.
Finish.
From the devil on your shoulder, you hear, take his femur.
I already took one of them. Man only has one femur left. So we don't know how many are out in the trees firing at.
3 arrows have moved since you last moved.
And she took an arrow to the shoulder or something.
Mm-hmm.
Probably shoulder. She's short. So I guess she looks at Conan and goes, run?
You can hold your action to run if Conan does. Kanan, it's your turn.
Okay, Conan goes and gives the guy that's closest to him a swift kick.
Yep. I mean, with a kick it'll only be 1 damage, but 1's enough. You can easily... what are you trying to do with this kick? Kill, stun, put out of his misery?
Destroy his testicles.
I was just going to kick his head and break his neck. So
yeah, okay, so you can kick his head like a sort of soccer kick. His head goes flying to the side. There's a loud crick, and then blood just starts
I've got
dribbling.
steel cap boots on, so
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's run.
And so as you move, I guess you're 30 feet. Are you dashing?
Yeah. So can Griselda hop back in the pouch because she can't run as fast as everybody else?
Okay, so you can take a bonus action to kick, an action to put Griselda in the pack, and then run 30 feet.
Done.
Which brings it back to my go, and there are 2 guards nearby you, Tech, and they are going to draw their swords and attack you.
Hopefully I can take this.
11?
Well, that misses.
And 18?
That hits.
For 7 piercing damage.
I'm kind of bloody right now.
Kind of bloody. Fleeing the scene, Kanan, 11 and a 6. All good. Griselda,
No.
22.
That's a hit.
Another arrow pierces you for 6 damage.
Would she be in half cover?
Oh, what? Because she's on your back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to be using Kanan as cover, that's fine, but Kanan will take the damage instead.
Yeah, I'll take the hit.
Okay. Then Ace and Vara. 15s?
Miss.
15 just hits me.
Another 3
Misses
piercing
me.
damage as a an arrow. Maybe it's only a little bit of damage. Maybe it comes through the wood and nicks your shoulder.
Okay, now I'm bloody.
So we'll start with Ace and Vara then. What are you guys doing as you are now 100 feet from the top of the hill? 300 feet to go.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep going.
What have I heard you yell, Ace? How
Yes,
how hurt
probably.
are you? Okay.
The second one hurt more than the first.
Vara is going to try to enter the wagon and shut the door behind her, and hopefully the kids will disperse on either side.
They're pretty scared of you, to be fair. You've not really spoken to them at all, and they're just.
And I will make my way to the front of the cart and reach my hand through the window, and
One of them jumps on you like, "Don't hurt Ace!"
I just look at it, and my eyes start to glow.
And
Hopefully-
it gives you this tiny little punch on the thigh. Like it's.
My children are protecting me.
You are-
but also
You're wonderful. And I'm not going to hurt her. And I'll reach through the tiny window and cure wounds on Ace.
Okay, perfect.
So 10 hit points.
brilliant. Yes, I'm very much no longer bloodied. Thank you. Okay, yeah. See, we're good. And I'm just telling Nelly and also the kids and also myself. See, we're good. We're fine. We're good. Thanks.
And as the blood sort of like stops coming out of your chest, Nelly sits there very happy with herself. I told you I could control it.
You did very good, kid.
Okay, so you make another 200 feet towards the bridge. As you do, there is a loud crack as one of the wheels goes over a stone. It's not fully broken, but now every rotation you can feel a dudunt, 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 dudunt.
Farah, how easily can you mend on the move?
Oh, I have to get out of the wagon to do so. Is there anything along the side of the wagon that I could, like, maybe make my way and crawl along the edge of the wagon like a cool scene on a fast-moving train?
I mean, yeah, you could try and go along the board runners.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to try to do that and mend the wheel. That's
Okay, well, we can start that action and we'll resolve it on the next turn.
okay.
So that takes us back to the rest of you guys, and Tech, you've just been attacked twice.
Yes, I'm gonna run.
Oof.
I'm gonna use my dash. Oh wait, hold on.
You'll take
Oh.
opportunity attacks.
Yeah, I didn't. I forgot about that. What I want to know is, can I stand them? I only got 14 health left. I don't know if I want to take that chance.
Like, judging from the swings, I would say unless they get really good hits in. Like, really good
Yeah,
hits
but
in.
I'm worried about the archers too.
Oh, yeah, I see your concern. Yeah.
I might have to sacrifice myself.
No, come my way, mate. Come my way. I've got healing hands.
Oh, alright, yeah. I'm gonna dash towards my buddy over here, Conan.
A 21
Yeah, that definitely hits.
for 5 piercing damage,
Alright,
and a 13.
miss.
And you can dash 60 feet, and you are now 30 feet behind Kanan.
Oh,
Cool.
alright, I guess that's it then.
Okay. Griselda and Kanan, being one unit, I'll let you guys operate together.
Brilliant. Griselda, how are you looking at the moment? Are you pretty healthy?
She's doing pretty good. She's She's beat up a little, but she's doing pretty good.
All right, brilliant. So Kanan with
Yep,
his
I tell you
bonus.
to, Wait, the healing hands for somebody else.
Yeah, I'm gonna heal myself. So first of all, I'll do lay on hands for 1 point to myself,
Okay.
just to give myself a little bit of an extra boost as a bonus action.
Mhm.
And I'll see my mate running towards me. And now, how far away is the closest? We'll say bad guy.
They seem to be running down from the sides, but you can see them in the distance. They're maybe about 50 feet up in the tree line.
Oh, no problems. That's perfectly fine. All right, so then we'll do this, and I'll grab out of the side of the pack and say, Griselda, can you pass me that javelin back there? Yep, cool. Yep, good. I got it. Good. All right, here we go. And I throw it, and it just hits a tree.
It does.
I look at it and I was like, well, at least it was straight. Like, I have a disadvantage with a gnome in my pack, so I'm trying to justify it to myself about why I missed. And yeah, I just a bit.
Yeah. Okay. So justifying it to yourself, Griselda, is there anything that you would like to do?
So she has javelins too. So maybe she sees that Conan threw one, and she tries.
Don't you be touching my javelins.
I've got my own, thank you.
The light edition, like gnome size.
Miniature ones.
On a 19, that'll hit. You catch a guy and it'll hit him in the arm, and he sort of like staggers as he's running down. But he'll come back round, like sort of like as this like large toothpick is sticking out of his like like arm. He's sort of doing the whole "it's in the bone" thing.
Kanan takes 1 point of psychic damage because of seeing gnome throw better than him.
That's a strong toothpick.
And so I believe that takes us back to the top of the round. Am I right? Yeah, I'm right. As you are running, Tech, a 19
Yes.
for 5 piercing. How are you looking?
I'm almost dead.
One more shot. An 8 misses you.
Miss. I'm managing to keep myself running through sheer force of will.
The guy with the javelin in his arm shoots at Kanan and Griselda for a 15. Kanan, using himself as a shield sort of thing, uses his chainmail or whatever it is you've got on to deflect the blow. And there's another shot there for a 7 that misses. Vara, as you are climbing along the side of the cart, could you please give me a dexterity saving throw as a large jolt sends a pulse through you?
Okay, so that's a 2.
Oh! Can you make me a strength save to grab hold of something?
Oh, please. 15.
On a 15, what do you grab hold of as the board tries to throw you from the cart as it goes over a lump?
Okay. This is a hard wagon, so I'll try to grab maybe the undercarriage part of it.
Well, you got under it.
Well, the edge, not under the under, but like the edge of the undercarriage.
Okay, so you're gonna be like dragged along the side of the cart, sort of thing.
Hey, I got a 2, so.
Okay, so
my roll.
yeah, okay, so you've fallen from the cart. You are now holding onto the side runner, and that is where we'll start you and Ace's go.
Cool.
Yeah, I only got so much I can do for you. I'm gonna keep driving for now. And
okay.
That's all I got. That's all I got. I can do cool fireworks.
Um,
And I think I will kind of yell around, you hanging in there okay?
literally, as I try to.
great.
And so, Vara, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I would like to try to pull myself back up on the side runner in the position I was in before I so gracefully fell.
That feels like an athletics check to me.
Okay. $17.
Yeah, on a 17, you can pull yourself up fairly easily. Your clothes are mainly dusty and disheveled from where they've been dragged in the dirt. Maybe a little bit of mud on them, but other than that, you're fine.
Is that just my movement, or is that my action too?
That can just take half of your movement.
Okay. Now that I'm up, I would like to try to mend the broken side of the wheel.
Okay. And how do you have to be touching the wheel to mend it?
I am taking a look here just to verify. Yeah, it is touch.
So, I guess we'll take a deck save.
Two.
2. Do you know what? As you touch the wheel, you do have enough time to cast mending. However, you don't do it very quickly. So you're going to take some friction burn from this. Can you roll me 1d6 fire damage?
1.
Okay, you take 1 fire damage from the wheel as you touch it with mending.
Ouch, that's smart.
It's like rope burn.
Yeah.
I have gloves on.
There you go. That covers it. Tech, I believe it's your turn. You're now 100 feet from the river.
How far away from Conan am I?
30 feet still. Kanan, you didn't move, did you?
Nope. Kanan's waiting.
Alright, I'm gonna run to Conan. Then I'm gonna try to throw a javelin at the guy he's attacking.
Okay. Ooh, yeah, okay. On a 5, you're gonna hit the same one that they were both hitting at, and it's gonna catch him in the thigh, and he's gonna go down in like a twist of like spears and javelins and human as he just tumbles down.
Alright, I guess that's I mean, he tumbles down. Is he dead tumble down, or?
He's definitely not getting up.
Alright.
So
Alright, that's all I got.
lovely. So next up, then we have Griselda and Kanan.
Just to confirm with you, DM,
Yeah.
with lay of hands, because everyone's got a different interpretation of it. How many points can I use per round as a bonus action, or is it just 1 per round?
No, you can use as many as your pool allows you.
Oh, how nice do I want to be, Tech? I'm going to give you 6 points back because of the axe movement that you did earlier. Otherwise, I would have given you 10.
So Tech is healed for 6 hit points.
That's correct. Yeah, that's my bonus action. And I'm also going to try again from my little bit of inspiration from my gnome friend and throw a javelin. And it hits this time.
It does. It hits a guy in the trees, and he sort of like stops and leans against the tree for a moment. And you have 30 feet of movement still if you'd like to take it. Tech looks okay.
I just want to check with Griselda. Are you okay to use the javelin? Do you want to use it now, or do you want me to run first?
Griselda's like, I thought we were running now that he's with us.
Okay, I run.
And Griselda, would you like to make an attack as you flee?
Sure. She's still got some javelins left. If I can find my mouse. Okay.
Yeah, 16 will hit. Ooh, and you catch a guy in the throat.
Ooh.
And he just tumbles to the ground, you know? Just out. And you guys, you'll burst clear of the forest onto the top of this hill, and you can see all the way down. You can see what Ace and Vara could see a little while ago, where you can see the route all the way to the river. Vara, make me a perception check.
Perception will be 15.
On a 15, you can see a large rock heading towards that same wheel that was just damaged a moment ago. Ace, can you make me a perception check?
Yeah, maybe. It's literally my worst suit. Yep.
Ace, you do not see the large rock heading for the wheel, and you're gonna crash into it at 100 feet a turn.
Okay.
Oh.
And yeah, this time there's no saving it. The wheel comes off entirely. Vara, can you make me a dexterity save, please?
Of course. 9.
On a 9, you are flung from the cart. Ace, can you also make me a dex save, please? Make it with disadvantage if you are looking to save Nelly.
Okay, not bad. Not terrible bad. Yeah.
On a 13, you manage to grab hold of Nelly, and you sort of fly from the cart as well, as the whole cart turns over in the mud about 80 feet away from the border. You fly forward into the mud, clutching Nelly, who is absolutely fine. Inside, you can hear the crying pick up again from the people in the back of the cart. The young people in the back of the cart, and at the top of the hill, you can see Kanan, Griselda, and Tech running down the hill towards you, being hounded by more guards.
Okay, do we have a turn?
Unfortunately, that is where I'm going to wrap up the session.
No! Pan out. Aceron is just hugging Nelly, and the guards are running down the hill. Sad music begins to play, and apparently it's raining again, which just makes it all that much worse.
You see the three of them running down the hill, screaming.
But then,
Griselda bouncing on his back.
As you turn your head though to look the other way, you can see across the river adult tieflings rushing towards to help. But who knows what happens really. So guys, that's my little one shot. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Brilliant.
I did. So let's go round. This time we'll go in reverse order. If you guys, this is your chance to advertise yourselves. So you can tell us where we can find you online, all the wonderful things that you get up to, and anything else that you want to advertise. That'd be fantastic. And also let me know how you found the one shot and your favorite moment. And like I say, we'll go in reverse order. So this time we'll start with Tech. We'll start with Architect Origins.
Yeah, I don't really do much online except for, watch Scraticus on Twitch mostly.
Mhm.
And but I do sometimes rarely stream. I'll put my stream name. I don't really stream much in general. I just stream like random games that I play or something. But that's about it. I really did like this one. I can't really state a favorite moment because I don't really remember most of it. I have terrible memory, so yeah, but it was pretty fun. I do recall smiling most of the time, and that's a good sign for me. That's about it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And next we have Gilroy Almighty. I like saying that.
Hi. Thank you. It used to have a the, but it was too long. So yeah, I'm Gilroy the Almighty, or Gilroy Almighty, as my channel says. I actually help run a couple different campaigns. locally on a tabletop. But with Twitch, I have a show on in Australia, as you can tell. So right now here it's 4:30 a.m. in the morning. No, it's 5:20 a.m. in the morning. Sorry.
Crazy.
And normally I run about 6:30 p.m. Wednesdays, which is about 6 a.m. Your guys' side in the US time on a
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Yeah, we're playing a homebrew campaign currently, and over the next few weeks, I'll be implementing a few more games eventually. I'm working on my voices currently and trying to get there. I've currently got a 3-foot barbarian gnome who thinks that he's 7 foot tall, and he actually turns out that he may or may not be a dragonborn that was cursed. We don't know. So yeah, and I'm really enjoying watching this, and the stream was great. And probably my favorite moment was actually hearing some of the voices that were coming out, especially since John had so many cousins that were around with the same voices. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And Griselda, your voice was perfect. So yeah, thanks guys. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you. And next up we have Rene, another name I love saying. Rene.
Thank you. Yes. So I already sent a little thing in chat with just some details accidentally. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to send it while you were talking. I also didn't mean to send it without the Oxford comma, but hey, regrets. Anyway, so I'm Renee. I am on Twitter at RayDeanneR. I also have a blog called fatespun.wordpress.com, which I haven't posted to for a while, but have a piece that should go up either end of today or tomorrow that I'm kind of excited about for Women in Tabletop Gaming Month. I also DM for an all-women actual play D&D podcast called Fate and the Fable Maidens, and we can be found across social media at FateFMcast, or on our website, fatefmcast.com, or pretty much on any podcatcher. We're on Stitcher, iTunes, Google Play, etc. And pretty much after we wrap this, I'm going to be putting final touches on the session that we're going to be running for that today, and it's always a blast, always a ton of fun. I play with some wonderful women, and I'm very, very glad to have 2 great games to look forward to in one day.
Awesome. And do you guys stream your Fate and Fable Maidens at all?
We don't. We're purely an audio podcast, and I think that's been working really well for us. We do live videos sometimes, but for the most part, doing the audio has been the best thing for us. But if that's something you're not used to, definitely I recommend listening in the car or while you're getting ready or doing chores around the house. So
yeah, recommended, highly recommended from me too, guys. Highly recommended.
And I can recommend it too, because I didn't actually realize that was your podcast, and I actually listened to it. So it's fantastic.
Hi, I'm Renee.
Gilroy, fangirling over there. Before we carry on, thank you very much, Wiley Hobbit, for the 3-month resub. Hold on to that nap, buddy. Remind me next show, and I'll put it in somewhere. Awesome. And next up, we have Kelly Lane.
Hi. I don't really have too much to advertise. You can find me on Twitter at @KellyLane. I'm pretty new to both the online gaming and the tabletop world, so I have been playing some on Scraticus's channel, and I've been enjoying it a lot. I found this game because I found a game last time through Scraticus, and he had room today, so I hopped on again. My favorite part of today, you just can't beat like a Wild West carriage train deck saving throw necessary chase. Like, you just can't. So Vara and the coach was probably my favorite part. In the chat box, I put my Twitter handle.
Awesome. Fantastic. Yeah, thank you so much. Brilliant. Yeah, we can't wait to have you back again. You're for a new person, you're great. You're a natural. You fit right in. Now, last but most certainly not least, Liquid Fire. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. All right. Well, I'm Liquid Fire on most any social media you can find. I'm actually playing on the Greyhawk channel. I'm every Sunday. at 8 o'clock Eastern-ish, depending on how tech works. But every Sunday you can find me there on Twitch. I do a little streaming on my own of recently Far Cry 5, so that's pretty fun.
Awesome.
So that's pretty much it for me. I have a couple other projects coming up, but nothing solid yet. But follow me on Liquid Fire on Twitter, and you'll find them.
Awesome sauce. Awesome. So then, some of our hang a minute. I've not done me. Rescind that for a second. Me. Guys, if you want to get involved, these are the links you need. Social links. I'm really proud of my Discord group. They're absolutely amazing. They're kind, they're welcoming, and they will help you with any questions you have, including rules queries, creating a character, getting a feel for things, giving you confidence to come and stream, or whatever it is you need. They'll got you covered. And they also talk about art and other stuff in there as well. If you guys want to get in a game, hit me up on Twitter. Give me a DM and pop me a follow, and I'll get you in the book, and we'll get you a game as I try and conquer the world with D&D. And lastly, YouTube. Everything will be uploaded to YouTube within around 24 hours, so you can find all of these games and other games there. I currently have a Patreon, and we've released a new reward for any Patreon of any tier. Last night, me and Kiana did some one-on-one roleplay where we worked through some of Turnuk's backstory from the Barovian games, and she's gonna use it against me. It's definitely the knives method with me and Kiana. But there's this nice little thing. Well, I think sometimes you only see the side of it when me and Kiana are torturing each other, and it's not all torture. You get a little window on us two, like, interacting as people as well, which is quite nice. And lastly, I have a merch giveaway as well, and I can show off the merch too. I have sketchbooks and notepads, which are currently on offer for sale. They're like A5-ish size. You can see they're pretty cool. I also have a T-shirt. Being given away in the giveaway. Is that on camera, roughly? Yeah.
Fancy.
Yeah. And I'll be wearing that next week at the Mazarkana European Tour for anyone who is going to the Secret Weapon Loading Bar on the 28th of their meet. So if you are going, I'll see you there. Now, we do have some friends streaming right now online for charity. We recognise at least one of them. So we're going over. We know WebDM well, and we're going to go over and say hi as Emma Lambert, DM Satine, Lisa, Autumn, and Sydney Shields are streaming currently for, I think, a women's charity. I can't remember the exact one, but I'm sure going over there we'll find out very, very soon. So that's the cooldown started on that. My favorite moment of today. Probably firing arrows at all of you. That was the most fun I had, I think.
Thanks,
Like,
Matt.
you're welcome. You're welcome. The more I hit you, the more fun I was having, to be honest.
I did really like just Joe.
And then he said, I love hitting you with arrows.
Yeah.
I almost thought I was gonna sacrifice myself so that everybody else would get away.
It was going to happen for a second. Anyway, that's the end of the timer. That's my favorite bit. Guys, we'll see you next time. Bye.